Alrighty, let's get into it. Gold League, Wine Raisers, Losers round,
Lose this round.
Losers round for Argentina, Brazil, El Clasico going to Golden Lakes, game number one, joined by Locke and Annotoph. We've got a snowy Golden Lakes today, boys. It's not my favourite generation, but we have got rid of some of the other ones. Were you blessed with the road terrain for some of your games?
Luckily, no.
It's a little bit of an eyesore.
We also had the swamp terrain in one of them where the ponds in the corner were like all green, and we're like, I think it was the Norway France show
Oh,
match, and
oh,
I was
oh!
like,
I already
what's
saw
going
something
on?
big. Dogao ran his scout right into Lucky Rock's TC.
Ooh,
Ooh, that is so. He ran right to red. He missed his cheap in the front, but luckily Miguel found two of them. There's still two that he hasn't found. But on the bottom side, Dogao is down a scout already, and that is really dangerous on this map.
And even on the other side, Fire ran into the TC of FedEx, so he still has Eagle alive, but it's close to half HP. So not a good start for Brazil here.
mm.
And it looks like Miguel has found all of Dogao's sheep, so at least he has that going for him.
Yeah, but still won't be happy to have lost his scout. Now we look at the positions of the teams. Look like we do kind of have. For me, this looks like a safe pawn generation. What do you think, Cano?
Yeah, this is the classic safe pawn generation, but we have seen, not, let's say, everyone agreeing to these terms. We've seen some sneak dogs still, and yeah, let's see. I'd say it also depends on the civ. So, for example, as Melee, as Locke pointed out earlier, you are happy to play both, but I think the safe archer approach with Melee is a lot easier to play than the aggressive fire ship opening. So let's see, where's the Melee player? Is Dogao on the left. So maybe he goes for like an early wall off on the left so that Lucky Rocks can't dock in. Because as Aztecs is kind of the opposite. Aztecs has the faster producing military, which also applies to ships. So he'd be happy to fight for water. So let's see if he goes for a sneak dock here. But for now it looks like that the left side of Brazil, Dogao Miguel are both docking the southern pond.
And something to look at here on the left side is they brought both scouts forward onto Dogao's wood line. So they're going to be trying to pick off some vills here. But he's right on it, paying attention. Doesn't look like he has loom yet. He's going to lose a vill.
Oh my god,
Oh,
that's
One
not
down.
ideal.
yeah, that's definitely worth it.
Nice pick from Argentina there for sure, especially on the wood line where these builds, it's so critical to get the 5 on wood to get the fishing ships out. So it's a nice play from them.
So we do see safe pawn from Dogao and also from Miguel here. Same thing on the other side from Goku and Fire. This is usually what we'll see in pretty much every game for Brazil. We'll see Miguel and Dogao one side, we're going to see Fire and Goku on the other. Funnily enough, that was Brazil A one side, Brazil B on the other one. And it looks like the Eagle and the Scout are still forward from Nikov and Lucky Rocks, but the villagers are walled in the docks.
Oh,
This,
look on the far right of
yeah,
the map. FedEx has gone for a sneak dock, and Fire has positioned his bill to see that sneak dock. Really
but
clever. But can he even take the fight? Oh, FedEx doesn't have loom. Okay.
He does notice it straight away.
Did he see it?
The Scout HP is very low. FedEx.
He senses it.
He's actually leading.
He senses it. He senses it.
He doesn't know. He's like
Wow.
leading the Scout wave, and then FedEx is like, "Come on, just follow me, please."
interesting though that FedEx, although he has a sneak will, he still went for the safe back dock. A little later than usual, but he still has it, so maybe he just wants to go for like safe fish, but then still be annoying on water. Which makes sense with Byzantines, right? It's another
Exactly.
civ similar to Aztecs that is really happy to play the pond game here.
Is he gonna? The Grandmaster FedEx has got his dock. Amazing play.
He's done that
Amazing.
at the perfect time as well when Fire's not paying
Oh,
attention.
the outpost is there, but I don't think
Yeah.
he'll see it until feudal age.
And the villager is just trying to go backwards as well and drop off the shorefish, but that dock is going to go up, and Byzantine fires are going to be an absolute pain in the ass to deal with. Now Deeker's even got a scout forward as well, so really nice team play
I
here from
I
bottom.
feel like that gave it up. I feel like that scout from Deeker gave it up that FedEx was doing something. I didn't like that move. Like that's really subtle, but I think that was a bad move. His Fire got suspicious. He's like, he saw the scout and he's like, oh yeah, there's something going on here.
He sees
So,
the house now and the villagers, so there's.
Yeah.
he's got 2 docks still in the
Ooh.
pond.
Yep, getting the second
Quick
dock.
wall up. Yep.
On the other side, Dogao went for the Warloth, but this is late. Like it's fine because all the players on the left side went for safe docks, but see some walls, and it looks like it's just going to be a standard archer play here for both Dogao and Lucky Rocks.
And Dogao was housed for a little bit, so you got Town Watch already. So kind of an interesting start to build for Melee. Like I said, it's hard. It's hard to manage Melee early on in the game. Also notice for Dogao that his berries are kind of in an unsafe spot right now. Like he hasn't gotten the buildings in front of him, and I'm not sure where his archer ranges are going to be placed. His vills are kind of in a weird position to place his ranges, so we'll see where if that ends up being a factor.
Left-hand side of the stone, maybe? The villagers kind of go in there now.
Yeah,
left-hand
he's
side
going
of the
for it.
stone is.
A lot of this like awkward base building also comes down to the fact that he lost his scout immediately. So he doesn't have a lot of scouting info himself, and he also doesn't have the early scout like military presence to make sure these buildings go up. So it's a little risky, but he's sending 3 vills, so he should be fine getting those ranges up.
Look at this with Fire just done with the tower here on the docks. That's an interesting way to stop the forward dock here.
Yeah. Is it really necessary for me? Is the question there. But I guess I'm trying to look at the positives here and what the tower could potentially offer. I mean, it feels a little bit of overkill. I mean, we kind of see this position on water and think, okay, there's no way the FedEx could do some damage here. Just gonna mass up. It's gonna eject at some point. We've seen plenty of players do it. Just mass up. Your fire's out. Byzantine fire's gonna sit and sick. Remixing a demo to Fire is one of the best. Traditionally one of the best players in water. He's got demo of his own ready to go.
So just kind of some quick comparisons, like looking at the right side, how the bases have been constructed has been kind of important so far in the game. Fire hasn't really walled in his resources, and Deeker was able to pick off a villager on the wood line, while at the same time, FedEx has walled in everything. He's done very small little egg walls around his gold and his wood, and also on his berries. He hasn't taken any damage, while he's also getting ready to pop out the fires on these 2 docks to see if he can do damage.
Still massing numbers. He has a couple of fish at home as well now. Kind of looks like they're going for team, like, it looks like they're trying to get the team wall approach eventually, right? For Argentina?
Yeah, I think for both teams, although, yeah, FedEx isn't really doing his job of the team wall for Argentina. We're not seeing stone walls at all, which is kind of surprising. I think that like many teams have gone for the full stone wall, like the full stone team wall, and I think it has proven to be very, very effective because you're not using the stone initially, but you're using the wood. So investing into palisades means that you'll have less wood for fishing ships, and you're not using the stone immediately unless you're towering, but except for fire, I don't see any tower just yet. So you can use your stone early on to be super safe, and then just send a vill or 2 later on stone for some extra GCs. And just, yeah, be sure that you have a very safe eco. And especially with Hindustanis in the game, those palisades don't really keep you safe from scouts, that is.
So it looks like on the right side, FedEx kind of cleaned up the pond with Byzantines. That's pretty bad for Brazil, to be honest. They're losing like 15 fish.
He's going to do it very, very soon. These Byzantine fires just rip through. How does he get such a numbers advantage here? That's just crazy.
I think he just took one good fight. The Byzantine fires are much stronger, and he kind of kept his numbers a secret from Fire until he took the fight. And that's always hard as a defender here when you can't see how much they put into the docks. Because you can just take one bad fight and then all your fish are gone, even if you make numbers after that. He doesn't have any fish in that pond. And he also doesn't know that, I don't know if he knows that FedEx docked the back pond, so his ego is actually a decent eco behind this
Mhm.
with the 5 working fishing ships.
Might be a concern of Byzantines. You know, the fast plays on flank have been going very well. You have big crossbow numbers. There are some reasons to be concerned for Argentina right now. We've got a lot of Goku scouts in the back, Maker space, and also Miguel and the two scouts as well. He's trying to bust in the front with the help of the Gal as well now.
I don't know, Anno, do you feel like Argentina way underproduced on scouts here?
Maybe a little, yeah. I mean, especially Nikov went for a pretty greedy approach here.
Like a one.
Yeah.
I get more greedy than that.
I personally think on this map it's like almost impossible to overproduce, because especially when you have Hindustan in the team, the scouts will always find damage, and also upgrading to light cav, they have so much use, and you have the food eco to still have a reasonable castle time behind it. And since you're mostly fully walled, I mean, okay, we see some walls being broken right now, which also comes down to the fact it's not stone walled in my opinion. The timing, like the castle timing, isn't as big on other maps in my opinion. So investing a little bit more, getting map control, being annoying on the other side of the map while still being safe is the approach I prefer. And yeah, we already see some eco losses, but I think that the biggest issue for Brazil is just the fact that Goku has no fish. Like flanks without fish is okay; they can deal with it. They can, they don't need the food to make army. Like it's nice to have the food for potential fast dim, but it's not necessary to do something. But without food as a pocket, how are you gonna make units, right? So, and I think we'll start seeing that with Goku now. Who has currently 12 farms and is trying to do 2 stable productions. So that's gonna be rough for him compared to Dika.
Adding a TC behind it as well, so this one adds some economy on land.
Also in the north, we're getting a little bit of engagement as well between Dogao's crossbows and then some of Lucky Roger's archers, and then Nikov has gotten in with the +2 knights, so he'll take out Dogao's crossbows here, and that'll be the trade for Argentina. The green paying off a little bit here, it looks like.
Looks like Lucky Rock's gonna escape with a few archers as well, which is nice. Does he have a little mass ready to go forward? Some more archers, not so sure where they get in his base. University coming up, third range as well. You see ballistics ready in from Dogal. So archers do get cleared up. He's got 15 himself. He's going forward onto Lucky Rocks. He's gonna hit a TC at the front of his base, so it's nice timing for Dogal.
See a little excursion from Fire into Deeker's base. 3 eagles, a spear, and 2 archers, and they're actually denying a TC for the time being. Kind of funny.
Awkward army.
AI army.
Yeah, they still feudal age. Fire not picked up just quite yet. So missing the fish there. He's still fighting for water as well, which is delaying him.
And I don't know how much that's even worth it, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think Fire is in a really bad spot here. Especially with FedEx in Castle Age now. FedEx adding a second TC. I'm not too sure about that. Like he already almost has the food to click Imperial. Sure, he doesn't have archers for now, but I would have preferred to see some ranges out of the TC, and then just use the extra food he has over Fire to go Imperial and get a lead from there.
I think for me it's most confusing with that second TC. It's like it's not
Third
even protecting. And a third.
There's a third TC as well.
So the third one makes more sense to me because it's at least protecting the gold. You could at least say you're protecting there, but that TC in the back is just like it's ultra odd to me. And we can see other players are ready to prioritize in the middle. We can see Deeker's in there, Goku's in there, and Miguel as well.
Something to look at. On the left side, Brazil has combined 3 armies in Lucky Rocks' base, so they're trying to see what damage they can do here. And Lucky Rocks has gone to, what, 6 ranges of production?
He's going to be a little bit incapacitated. Doesn't pop out the archers on the other side, funnily enough.
Maybe he got confused with the architecture set and thought he was Mayans. You never know.
Taking out ranges in the meantime, we're not finding too much else. He got even leaps.
Oh, look.
So Anno,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe focus on the action. I'm just trying to figure out what FedEx is doing with his 3TC, and then now he's adding a university and a monastery. I'm not sure what's going on. But
Is that
I'm gonna
fast
try to
imp
figure out.
into no units?
Maybe fast imp into hand cannons or something. It seems weird,
Ooh,
but
okay.
I don't know. You guys, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. You guys can take a look at the action.
Well, we do have someone on the way to Imperial, and that's Dogao, and he's melee, so he'll be there in no time. And he does have 30 crossbows, so he's going back. Very wise decision, not losing your army before you hit the next stage. And the usual play when you hit a very nice imp timing, or also castle age timing, like when you have, the range unit, the tech advantage on the range unit, is to go to the pocket, because castle age knights don't really deal well against Arbalest, especially when you have Sun Knights as a meat shield. So now what Dugao wants to do is get Miguel in a good spot by delaying Nikov, and I don't really see Argentina stopping that for now.
Yeah, resources not looking too hot for them in that aspect.
I feel like
coming up from FedEx
what Argentina's missing is a fourth army. Like, I feel like if FedEx had gone fast and Arbalest, they could hold this. But now since Dogao is up, he'll try to do damage to Nikov, and then it's just a hard game for them to play here. I don't know how they ever clear Dogao's Arbalest unless he makes a big mistake. Because they're putting the three armies together, they're protecting that army. I guess this is a big fight. This kind of decides the game here.
Yeah, this... It's a little bit late, I think, and also the way Argentina engaged, they used the camels, the Hindustani camels, on the right to flank the crossbows, which already had bracer, and they just shredded all those camels. So now I think Brazil is it's in such a good spot.
It's just so much of, like, we talk a lot about the beginning of the map being really important. If you survive that, then it's about these four armies working together, not losing army on, like, the accidents, the bad decisions. If they move together constantly in the middle of the map and you take good trades, then the game is just easy to play. And that's what Brazil has done here. They put the four armies together, and then Argentina's missing an army, basically, because FedEx went to Imp and kind of played his own game. And now they have no knights, and then all the TCs are dying in the middle against Arbalest. So just a good timing from Brazil to delay.
But there's one thing I want to mention here. I don't think, like, I do agree that it was not a good choice to go through TC for FedEx here, but on the other hand, I don't think that was the issue why Brazil is in such a good spot right now, because it's not like Fire contributed much to the fight that just took place. It's more so that Dogao just seemingly outplayed Lucky Rocks, right? He had such a nice imp time, he had the numbers, and he's now, basically the reason why the two pockets from Brazil can just go to the middle and start killing those TCs on cracked terrain.
It's just they're gonna break into Deeker.
I think about it as well. Like we talked about Nikov greeting through Feudal Age, and I think Malay would love to have that happen for him. So for Dogao, just having a clean Feudal Age, getting enough eco to where you have enough on food, so you can kind of just rocket to Imp really quickly and not lose that many numbers because there aren't tons of light cav running around the map. It just was an ideal game for him. Like he had the beginning where it's a little messed up, but Malay have a lead anyway, so it's kind of like he was even after just losing the Villa on wood.
Yeah.
And now he has this amazing timing, one TC play with another one in the middle, just get some extra gold, and then you just use the market and make lots of Arbalest, and good luck.
We do have Nikov picking up some reinforcements. That's always a really nice thing to do when you can't fight the main army head on. Get some value from your units at least, but it's a very nice decision by Brazil to take out the Hindustani player now, because although for now Dogao is the one carrying his team with the Arbalest timing, he doesn't have a strong eco. So although Arbalests are cheap to produce, Arbalest won't be the carry unit forever, So making sure that the Hindustani player, which is the biggest threat to their calf pockets in Persians and Malians, just means that, as I said earlier, they're setting up their pockets to carry this game, and that's what's gonna happen. So Dogao basically gave Miguel now put him in the best spot in the game basically, and he can now just get his upgrades and start raiding everyone, killing some crossbow armies that are left.
Raiding FedEx in the back now. He's trying to get a castle up in the middle. Lucky Rocks is denying it in the middle for the meantime, but it wasn't too long ago we had an economy lead for Argentina by a good 30 units. We've now got an economy lead of nearly 50 units for Brazil, nearly 100 units ahead in military, and Argentinia's going to have to make something happen here for sure. Is it going to be possible? Not seeing Nikov up. Obviously, Beaker's taking so much damage it feels like he's out of the game. Is there anything they can do?
I think the thing they need is a player on Paladin. Basically, that's kind of the only way to stop Arbalest at this point. But then there's a lot of camels from Goku running around, so it's kind of already dealt with in a way. So I don't think there's a lot ways to come back here, unfortunately, for Argentina.
Yeah, I'm looking at Nikov's res, not even all that close to clicking up farm count. Oh, looking fantastic either. Beaker is just getting brutalized at this moment. 3 players in on his base. He's down to 35 villagers. 35. And we're minute 36, so he's got a minute per build. Nice.
Yeah, like the dream scenario for an Arbalest player is to go with a little bit of pocket support right into a camel player's base and just destroy the whole thing and make all the villagers run. That's like the Arbalest dream for Dogao right now.
And the army in Dika's base isn't actually cleared yet, so this is like, okay, I was gonna say this is 105 territory right now, but Argentina did decide to call it, and we have a 1-0 lead for Brazil with a very, very nice game by Dogao here, using the melee to its fullest potential with a fast in play, and yeah.
And there's kind of been some question marks on whether Brazil would be prepared as much as Argentina. But looking at that game number 1, as a map that played quite a bit, but the strategy certainly looked good from the Brazilians in game 1. And the KDs, man, it shows in the KD. Everyone on the positive, and Deeker on a 0.27. Yikes.
Yeah, that's what happens when you fight Arbalest with cast age camels, I guess.
Rocks on the other side as Burmese. So, at face value, you would say that is good for Argentina. You got Miguel, also going to be on the same side as Cumans, like we're going to be playing that 2TC. And we got a bit of a slower side with Mongols and Bohemians on the left-hand side. And I think the last time we casted Locke, it was a bit of a slow approach, to say the least. I think it was it Russia that might be done?
France and Italy was the really slow, boomy game that was kind of strange. But I think we're going to see some aggression here. At least I have my fingers crossed.
And then the other side for Argentina, we have Portuguese with FedEx. Not going to be a huge surprise what he's going to be going for there. Nikov has got Gajaras, and then Deeker has Celts in the pocket as well. I know we're going to see some Castle Age aggression from Gajaras here. It's not been too unusual. We see some Siege Monk kind of forward play with the elephants who they do shred through the walls, right?
They do, but so do organ guns, right? So I'm not sure if organs need anything else. I think if FedEx gets to, like, if he gets his castle up safely and then starts making organ guns, I think you probably just want to boom as the pocket and then use the fact that the flank is delaying everyone with those organ guns and maybe even like more castle jobs later on. Use that advantage to then get map control in the middle and just get to Imperial quickly and start raiding everyone with those Shiramsha riders. Yeah, as you said, it's very lucky for Argentina to not have Portuguese on the Turk side. Then again, we don't have Teutons here, and for Argentina, that is, and we have the Organ Gun Civ, let's call it that, against Bohemians, which is a very strong Monk Civ. So Fire could go for a Monk defense here, but I think the biggest like what will decide the game most here, I think, on this flank is whether we'll see a castle drop, or just a defensive castle, or even a tower rush from Fire here. To kind of try to delay the organ guns, but in my experience, tower rush in Portuguese is not a good idea. So we'll see how they want to play this here.
Looking at the base, the stone is very, very far forward. It's probably not from the position you really trust from, in that kind of corner position, but I think if the scout comes forward here, now...
I don't think the scout can see it in Dark Age.
It's Mongols,
but...
though. They have Mongol
Mongols,
allies.
that's
good
what I'm
point.
thinking.
Yeah, he
I'm
could.
thinking the same thing. It's Mongols.
Yeah.
It's the big brain play. The Mongol scout in Dark Age to see the stone piles.
That's a good point, actually.
Go right against the wall there, and I think they got to see that. They would see it. That'd be interesting to see if that does get picked up on. And then the flanks on the other side, you got a very safe stone for Goku, and against the stone if you do go for the tower rush from the middle, which is probably most likely. If you did go for it for Lucky Rocks, isn't a bit of an awkward spot as well, but not as awkward as FedEx. We can see Miguel's already on the way up, and he's going to be going for that 2 TCs.
18 no loom, very fast timing. What? 8 minutes flat. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I think it's mostly unique unit play from all the flanks here. At least that's a sense I get. You already see FedEx go in on stone as well, so you see the organ guns are being prepared. And this is something that it's a very fast build. Like the berry bonus helps out a lot in getting Portuguese up with these crazy timings, and it's really hard to stop. And at the same time, Fire is also going on stone, so I guess maybe he'll think of a defensive castle, possibly a fast imp counter to it. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But it's always dangerous playing some kind of low eco game against Portuguese because they get stat Fatorius, and then it's a hard spot.
Yeah, I think it's maybe a weird choice. I don't know. I don't like the defensive castle because both players are making a castle, and one of them has a very useful unique unit and the other doesn't. So both of them are spending the same resources, but one uses that as the production building as well.
I'll never hear the blasphemy on food trucks. They're a god's unit. They're the best.
Well, sadly, no.
See, Lucky Rock still hasn't clicked up yet. Looks like he's going to be one of the last ones to do so. Second TC is coming down from Miguel right in the back. It's on the gold. That's going to be nice for him. It does look like Castle's going to be prioritising the flank here. And yeah, Lucky Rock's going over to stone now.
Yeah. So we'll see castles from every flank. And then let's look at the uptimes from the pockets. We have 22 for Dika. That's pretty fast. But that's an FC, of course. Probably selling wood, I assume. And then we have a barracks coming up for Nikov. So we'll have at least probably a stable here. So some units together with the organ guns. And Mongols going for Market Blacksmith. So just a boom, kind of expected, yeah.
Yeah, Dika's res is looking very good. I get one more villager cute, actually.
Lucky for him, he got in the arena game where nobody else is selling stone. Both the Brazilian pockets off, you have humans, and then Dogao took gold. So he can get his nice 30 gold taken and then sell.
That's true. It's risky when you're playing against Mongols because they could probably do it even faster. I'm not sure. I don't know if 21 plus 2 is a thing with selling wood as Mongols, but yeah, worked out.
It's the thing Dogao has come up with.
Yeah, and man, pretty much Dika matching Dogao with the uptime to cancel out for Celts here.
Yep.
And the nice thing for him, like we were talking about, is just kind of a general arena thing, is if you want to go up really fast, you can save a little bit of wood by just taking 30 gold long distance and then selling 100 wood at the market. Now, this usually works, but if 2 players in your team are also doing the same thing, or 1 player's doing it, then you have to take 40 gold instead, and if you sell at the wrong price, then you end up with like 198 gold and you can't click up and you just feel really stupid. So
Alright, so we have 8 villagers with Loom coming forward for FedEx, and this is gonna be the forward castle drop, which is the best way to play Portuguese, of course.
and then something I'll point out is that is it going to be on blue or is it going to be on Dogao? It looks like it's going to go Dogao. You see, Nikov added Campbell Scouts on the way up.
And also, the scouts are nowhere to be seen. They're all at Lucky Rock's side.
That's weird.
Yeah, I guess because
I really like this from Argentina.
Does Goku also want to castle drop? I mean, he is up later.
It'd be funny if Fire castle drop FedEx after this would be really funny. Because I could actually see that happening. But I think he's gonna castle drop Dogao, no doubt about it.
I guess the concern for Portuguese is maybe Mangadai coming into it, and probably you steamwall the flank anyway, maybe. But
the thing is, as
concerned about.
Not really, because as Mongol Pocket on Arena, you never go FC Mangadai. That's not a thing. Sure, in this case, it would have been better than just booming, because I think Dogao is going to suffer a lot here. But if you go FC Mangadai and then everyone else just booms, you're in a bad spot. So I think this is just lack of scouting, and also maybe not even be prepared for this, for the fact that FedEx can castle drop the pocket, which is not usually seen, but certainly a good move here, I'd say.
For the defense for Dogao, you just have to get a defensive castle as soon as possible. I think he has no extra golds. Oh yeah, he does. Sorry, never mind. There's a gold in the bag on the left side, so that's at least helpful. But this is a lot of hurt coming his way. Like, these organ guns are not to be messed with.
Well, the problem is you don't have redemption yourself as Mongols, so you can't go that route. You can do mangonels, but mangonel is a bit of a let's say situational counter to organ guns. The better the players, I feel like the worse mangonels get against organ guns. And so yeah, for now you're just gonna rely on stone walls, but we still see 4 vills on stone for FedEx, so I assume there will be a second castle, like maybe where Dogao's TC is now or something later, and that's gonna be very rough.
I'll put this out in blue. Fire is working his way across the map, and he's going to go castle drop on the pockets of Argentina. So,
yeah, and a second castle is going to come from FedEx. All those villagers that are forward, they're mining the stones to the side. Dogao's base looks like Lucky Rocks, and Goku also just going. Well, Goku going for the forward castle, and just a defensive castle from Lucky Rocks in the meantime, but.
Okay, we see a
monastery.
Forward monastery. Yeah, that is interesting. And a barracks. Okay.
Barracks.
This is not scouted by Argentina, I assume. Let's see. No.
No, I don't think so. I think the camels are on the right side. They're scouting humans. Brazil have some tools in their arsenal here. Like, obviously the forward castle is great, as Dogao loses a couple of vills. But the humans, like, how does Miguel play this situation? What he might do is, if they open up a pocket, he just sends his knight spam in, and they kill a pocket. So it could be a trade where Brazil ends up killing a pocket, and then Argentina ends up killing a pocket. But we'll have to see. Nikov is going to have to figure out a good answer to this. He's going with the market.
It's going to be 3 stables for Miguel. Forward castle coming in. Don't think I've really seen. I think I've really seen an arena game like this so far in the tournament, to be honest.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Can Nikov see the castle?
He can, yeah. I checked.
Okay.
Oops. Yeah, he can, but again, I think the biggest difference now is, you have a forward castle from Bohemians, which, is just a castle, and then you have a forward castle from Portuguese, which is the organ gun factory. So yeah.
I think Dogao's gonna. It's a counter castle. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's good, but
organs in. Yeah.
What I didn't like from FedEx is those organ guns have 4 pierce armor, and TCs have 5 damage without fletching, so you can always just dive TCs.
Is FedEx gonna win the castle race? I think so.
Well, even if he doesn't, Dogao will lose so many vills to those organ guns. Scout is in there getting some action as well. This is.
The castle's barely going up.
Man, that's so bad. Oh, that's killer.
Like,
he just made a little safer. I think he would have had it, but I think it's not even 50%.
It's not a very obvious thing, but I do believe that getting fletching for Dogao here would make a huge difference, because you do double damage to those organ guns that are now underneath the TC for like 2 minutes or something.
Oh, he deleted it. Oh man, and he's buying another castle.
Yikes.
So this is yikes. Okay, so on the top side, obviously, Fire's castle dropped Nikov, but Nikov reacted really well. Like he made a wall of houses right behind his walls, so he's got a way where he's not open yet. So he can kind of play the game from here instead of where Dogao is just getting castle dropped over and over and losing a lot because he hadn't closed off his base.
Dogao is losing more. Dogao is on 38 villagers. That's the same as FedEx. That's how bad it is.
Look on the right side. There's a petard in from Goku, and they have the Cumans coming in. There's not enough Arambai to clean the Janissaries, so Deeker's under a little bit of pressure here. And a second castle from Fire coming up. It's definitely the most exciting arena game I've seen so far.
It's very nice.
Cool.
I like the Arambai choice actually, because like for now it's not good against Janis, but once you start massing, I think it's okay. And then it's also good against Knights. So while you don't have the numbers and you know the army to defend your pocket, for now you still have like a decent army to do something. Whereas on the other side, there's still nothing that can kill those organ guns. Sure, you can start making Mangudai, but you need the upgrades. Dogao's eco is so bad, he probably doesn't even have fletching, right? So Mangudai without fletching are not going to do well against organ guns.
No.
If you've seen Lucky Rock's 1TC play up to Imp, like, wow, the macro, like the economy management is pretty amazing here.
I don't like it though. Like, why are you going?
Well,
what are you going
in
in for?
Castle too. I'm not sure, for Trebs to kill the Turk Castle and then you just play Rambai, take everything off food.
Yeah, but the Turk Castle is not doing anything. I would have preferred to use the res to get to more Rambai sooner and upgrades, like get stable upgrades, so you can actually start taking fights and not let this happen, which is kind of the worst case for this side, at least for Argentina, is that Dika is losing eco. Because Dika has a really good matchup with Celts against humans, but obviously not when he is far down in eco. So
he is on 86 spells, so he does have the most out of everyone at the moment. But reinforcing still monastery in the meantime, and there is going to be forward cancel coming from Goku as well. Is Goku close to clicking up? That doesn't look
not
like
really.
he actually
not
invested
really.
TC in the back too.
I don't think this cast should go up. Although Lucky Rocks is losing a lot of Arambai to those Janis. I think like being separate like this is not good. I think you want one big ball of Arambai.
Try to get the rest in.
You just jump those and like those Janis and start killing them. But yeah.
I think Nikov's got a good defense here. There's been a lot of pressure on him. The Cumans came in as well from Miguel, but he's getting close to Imp. He had to buy another castle, I think, so that doesn't help. But
yeah, but Fire's far away from Imp. I don't know if I like the Mangonel and the Heavy Monk edition that much. I think when you have a castle inside Nikov's base, you just want to go Imp and start trapping and then do like block printing monks instead. But
I don't know. I kind of like that someone's an Imp for Argentina with the Burmese here. And he has a decent number of Rambai. I think if you just pull everything off of food, make Trebs, get these castles down, and you have a Rambai, then you should be able to deal with the armies in front of you.
Yeah.
And Deeker can still probably make his way to Imp here and add Halb. Be okay.
Yeah,
Fire.
It's going to be very close to clicking up to
Score is even, but we have 3 players actually on the Argentinian team on the way to him, so that if the score is even and 3 players up to him from one team, that usually and one is already in him, that means that it's looking good for Argentina, at least score wise, and I think also positionally here.
And Nikov will just go light cav and Trebs. Like Fire's really stuck in. Well, he's getting close to Imp now, but if he's stuck in a little while longer in Castle Age, plus actually Dogao's cleaning some of the. He's got a couple Mangudai, but he's not even 50 vills, so he's kind of out of the game.
Well, it's 2 castles versus 2 castles, but Bohemians obviously has the benefit of
Oh, they're petarding into FedEx. This is cool. So the Knights are getting close, but he walled behind.
Yeah.
But I don't think he can wall another layer with the Janissaries there, so he'll need something in defense, or else his whole base is gonna die.
True,
really nice
but
from Brazil.
on the other hand, killing FedEx now, I think, is like not very important.
The Rambuyer there as well. I kind of agree. I just thought it was a nice move to try and get one.
Yeah, I mean, unless you guess getting some
I think
value,
they're just
but
gonna get cleaned by the Trebs from Lucky
yeah.
Rocks.
I mean, I guess it's the only thing where you can do damage because everyone else has castles in the base, so
Yes.
makes sense. But I don't think Brazil is happy with damaging FedEx here. Like they would much rather delay, especially Dika here, who
Nice by Lucky Rock sniping the petard there.
Petard getting in. So I guess the choice of trying to damage FedEx is not. It's not something they really want to do. It's just something that's been forced to do because they can't really do any damage on anyone else at this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing is Dogao is like, if they don't help him, he's gonna get defeated. Like he is stuck in his base. He has a couple Mangadai running around, but like all his vills are behind 2 Portuguese castles, and he's an imp. And he's adding a Feitoria.
The beginning of many, I am sure. There's a second one already. No sign of Trebs yet either. And Nikov's got 3 castles at home.
I think that's a mistake, by the way. I think spending the gold on the Feitorias and not Trebs. I think with Trebs you just kill Dogao now. And Feitorias, I think, like sure, it's an amazing building for Portuguese, but the timing here is important, in my opinion, to kill Dogao. Then again, Dogao is almost dead. Like he's not dead, but he's not really contributing for a while at least. So, like, for Brazil, it's definitely Miguel in the carry position, but he doesn't really have the carry civ on Arena. Not like on its own, of course. And it looks like Dika will get to his preferred army composition, which for now it's helps, but he can always add onagers later on.
Is it even Halb Onager here, or just Halb Ram? I think Halb Ram is better.
For now, I think you just spam helps and just try to get some map control. You probably just want to add siege when you have to, or when you're close to your opponent, so you can actually start pushing with it. But I don't really see the point of adding helps or rams from his base. So,
obviously, just spam helps and then get a forward position on humans, and then
play rams if possible. Yeah.
So yeah, Goku he's up to imp, so he'll go hand cannon with Turks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess he doesn't have the eco for
Rambai though.
Yeah, for sure.
The Burmese play is really been nice for him.
Yep.
And the castle cleared up, so there won't be any artillery anytime soon. He's not got 2 on stone either.
And then
Goku's res is kind of whack. I don't know if you see it. He's got like only 1,000 food, only 2k gold floating at this moment.
Oh yeah.
I think he needs more buildings. Like he needed more economic development as well. He's kind of low on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of bombard cannons in his base. Okay, so now Dogao is up and Miguel is trapping FedEx castles. So I think Miguel should probably sling Dogao to Mangadai, because did he play Paladin? No, and he's getting banking. Okay, very nice. I think it makes sense because you can't carry this game on your own. You need the Mongol player in the game, because he can deal with Celts. You can't really. So now I'd say it becomes like it was a very chaotic early game. We still have some action here with Fire pushing Nikov, but other than that, I think now it actually becomes more of a, let's say, more normal game where it's like about map position and map control, because most of the like forward stuff got cleaned. Most players have at least some amount of eco. So yeah, unless Brazil can keep the forward position with Fire here, which I mean for now it seems like it. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like one castle will go down in the end, despite it being 3 castles for Nikov, and he's massing camels up, and
it's pretty hard for Argentina to clear this army of Janissaries, Halbs, and Monks. Like, that's actually a really nasty army. It's a good composition. Like, they need like something that is ranged, like some kind of like Cav Archer play, but they don't really have that.
How did Fire get to help. He's 1TC, right?
He's the market, bruv.
Yeah, Market is cheating, I guess, but...
Okay, so Nikov's diving here with the light calves.
Well, that's not good.
That was not a great...
Though the Rambai are coming, the Rambai will probably clean all
good,
now.
Good job by...
Yeah, are those elite? No, not elite, nah, yet.
Don't need to be, just get close. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Just get close. They're going
Okay.
after the ram, probably not the best idea, but once they get the Janissaries here...
The Janissaries fall down.
Yeah. Fall to their death.
So Dogao has gotten up to Elite Mangudai, he's reclaimed his base, and all that gold there that he hasn't taken is going to be available, so actually he can get some numbers here.
3 castles already.
3 castles. Yeah, those castles were never killed, right? FedEx went for Victoria first.
Exactly. It was a good call. Good call, Anno. Now he's going for Arbalest.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense, I guess. Like for now, there's no Drillers O, there's no Hufnitzer, so for now, at least for the left side, Arbalest will kill everything.
Goku's making a little scary push here. He's got a lot of bombard cannons. He's got a lot of hand cannons on the right side. So they're sending the Rambai over. He's gonna have to have some good micro to avoid these bombard cannon shots. He already lost the castle. So
yeah, losing castles
nice stuff forward.
Is certainly not good here when you're doing a Rambai, of course. But yeah, Lucky Rocks is kind of playing the cleanup role with his Rambai, just going wherever Argentina is getting pushed, cleaning up everything, and then but then yeah, he spent so much time in Nick of space that he's now getting pushed. And the Mangudai are also coming in. These are already elite, just missing chemistry, which is on the way. So I don't think the Rambai will win this, but we'll see.
He needs a good,
nice
good shot on the various units here. Oh, oops, kind of a weird micro there. I think you kill the cannons first, and then you go on the hand cannons. I think.
It's a lot of units dying.
Yeah, jump on the hand cannons. Oh, I don't know why he went back. I think you could just kill all the hand cannons one shot.
I think you should commit here, yeah.
So what I would say about Brazil so far, yeah, it's weird. Brazil has done, like, Arena so much you would think about slow pushing and kind of like, okay, I create like this immovable wall of army and like this death ball. What Brazil's done is really cool. Is like they've just like put these armies together in various spots on the map. Like sometimes Mangudai would be combined with Halves, combined with Monks. Sometimes the Knights would be combined with a different group. So now they're doing the hand cannons with the Mangudai on the right side. It's just like they're constantly shifting their points of focus and making Argentina react. And it's cool to see. It's like different approach to the map. It's more open than you're usually used to seeing on a closed map like Arena, which is really cool.
Could see artillery coming in now for Goku. It looks like infantry siege switch coming in for Miguel as well. Then which is going to be Halbrand, but siege onagers already in for Deeker.
And then the
onagers
hand cannons are in the damn hell.
Yeah, the onagers are moving all the way up.
Oh yeah.
For them.
Ooh.
Okay, I think Dugao's getting his last upgrade for the Mangudai. So with Thumbring in, they will be fully upgraded. But since we already have Celt SO on the field, do we have Furor Celtica? Yes, it's already in.
Yes.
So that is not necessarily a good matchup for Mangudai from my experience. Although they have a bonus damage against it, they're so tanky, and just 1 or 2 bad shots and you lose all your mass. But the question is, how can Argentina push now? What units are they going to push with? Is it just straight Halbus O Treb? Like, it's still pretty open in the middle, so with good micro, and Dugao certainly has that, they can at least delay the push.
I would really combine the camels with the Halbus O from Nico.
Yeah, or even Shiramshas, no?
Even more. Or Shiramshas would be nice.
Yeah.
The thing is, Brazil kind of has, like, I mean, Lucky Rocks doesn't really have Nico. Fire doesn't really have a Nico. Bohemian's bonus is nice for the trade starting, but neither team has really considered trade or securing the map yet. So I think that's something that's kind of getting lost in the chaos here that needs to be thought about.
I think the army count is getting very scary now.
The Mangudai count is getting pretty scary. He has...
Well, yes, but on the other hand, Goku's down to 6 army. We have Fire down to 11 army, so this is like full pocket carry position now with not even Paladin, it's Hassa. I guess the most, still all the wood, gold, and stone from Miguel going to Dogao. just making Hustle Slinging
Cumans is
Mongol.
useless, man. It's useless right now. All these units just counter Cumans.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you play like Halbaso or something, like just try to take good shots against the other SOs.
He's getting sent gold, and he's got free key in the bank, and he's getting only 40 Mangadai in the bank as well.
I don't like this trade with the Mangadai against the Arbalest. It's weird. Like,
yeah, that's
I don't know if his
not
army's
good.
in the best spot. I think that was really bad.
Maybe he wasn't not paying
Wasn't
attention.
looking there, I don't think.
I guess. Yeah. So we have Drill Siege Trap coming up soon, I guess. I don't know if I like it. On the left,
Drill
yes,
Siege Ram?
but on the right against Caldoso.
I think you need SO on the right side, but they need trade. If they want to have the Mongol be at full power, you need to trade.
Yeah,
and it's not happening. He's gonna run out of gold trying to make 2 different units.
Yeah.
Soon.
We have Elite Arambai in now. Let's say we don't have ballistics. It's something not many players know, I think, is that ballistics actually affects Arambai, and it is a pretty big deal, because although they have low accuracy, they'll still at least shoot at where the unit is, going to be, which is what ballistic does. So you'll have a lot of extra DPS there by actually hitting, the opposing groups. We have a pause now.
We do indeed. Let's quickly. Looks like a pause from Togal.
I really like Arambai combined with the Celts army, actually. Like, the thing that kills Celts is like bomber cannon and gunpowder, but then Arambai kind of deal with gunpowder really well, and also Shravamsha too, but Nikov hasn't gone over that way as much. But like Turks is like kind of struggling to find a good unit. Unless they play like bombard cannon plus heavy CA, and that's super expensive.
Yeah, that's
obviously Cumans has nothing right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just drawing dead.
Goku's not even collecting gold at this moment.
Yep, he mined through all his gold.
And if you're not collecting gold as Turks, you're gonna be having some problems.
So something maybe a little subtle. I don't know if Miguel could have done stables on the outside before Castle Age with humans, but that's always something nice if you can sneak them out there. Just get a little map control, because now Argentina have like all the map control in the middle. They place buildings, they place castles. Especially Nikov's done a good job getting all his stables out there and constantly reinforcing the numbers. Well, Lucky Rock just slowly pushes on the side, and then Deeker has this nice group of SO and Halbs that he just kind of walks across the map. I think like a castle getting closer to Miguel's base would be nice, and then a couple siege workshops, get the siege rams going. Humans is not going to have a fun time. Dogal's doing a nice. This is the push here with the siege rams against the castles here in the middle, but I don't know how much it accomplishes.
Well,
because they have so far to go to actually get close to anything.
Exactly. You'll kill a castle, maybe even a second one, but then Dika will have SO ready and will be more likely to defend from that push than Miguel will be able to defend from the Celt push that's happening on the bottom side here.
Yeah, this is like a classic Mongol problem for sure.
Deeker's trying to push into Miguel. He is making some ground up.
Look, this is from the Arambai and the surround from Nikov. Really nice. Some good shots from Lucky Rocks. Oh, he's got it surrounded. They're stuck. Oh, that's devastating.
Arambai,
all the Mangadai going down. Nice.
Yikes.
Really nice play. And then the siege rams taking a big shot there. Nice. Wow. Argentina looking like they're going to close it out. Nice plays there.
I was about to say that Goku actually had his bomber cannons in a good position. He was actually chipping away on the siege onagers, but then that surround of the Mangadai just flipped everything there, and the Gal's only get 13 Mangadai on the field now. Now he's got no gold in the bank.
Yep. There. At some point, you have to secure the map and start trade on Arena. It's such a weird trade map, so you need to get a little bit of map control and get some walls down and not get raided. But if you don't think about trade, then eventually you run out of gold, especially if you lose the map, and then you're just dead. You're making trash units and you're dying to good comps.
It's looking like Argentina are going to close this one out. Get a huge military lead at this point, 240 to 80. Castle's going down to Sharamsha Riders. That's never a good sign.
GG.
And yeah, GG called. And
was a fun game.
One
Nice
of the
game,
funnest games we've seen in Arena.
for sure.
I think having one forward castle drop onto the opposite pocket would have been fine. That would have been enough. I would have been happy with that. But we had it from either team.
I'm wondering what if Fire had no? I don't know if his approach is the best. Maybe he invests a little less in trying to kill Nikov and goes up to Imp and then treads Nikov down. Maybe that's better.
Well, it was also a timing thing. Fire's push onto Nikov was a lot slower than
later.
FedEx, and when you're doing 3TC boom, you have this time window where you're very vulnerable because you need to invest all your eco into farms, like into food income, so that you can actually sustain production from three villages, from villagers from 3TCs. So if you get attacked during that time, you have to have a rough decision to make. Do I just idle my TCs and get a siege workshop up or whatever I need to defend, or do I kind of ignore it? And was kind of Dogao's approach, right? He just made a couple of stone walls, went heavy on stone, made farms still, ignored the organ guns for a while, and then the second castle and the down castle from Dogao killed him, right?
Convincing one in the end, I feel, for Argentina, which you would kind of expect on their home map.
I feel like they're more experienced on the map for sure.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is once you start to see like this level map control and just kind of this map wide push that they've created, that shows that they understand what they're going for in the map. Brazil, a lot of different chaotic pushes, which was looking cool, but then in the long term, you see that they lost the middle of the map, and then everything just collapses, and that's where it ended up. They ran out of gold. They didn't trade. They can't get a trade line going, and then Argentina's won the game.
I think their home maps too, considering they did lose the nature map game number 1. You can you see they have Nikov in the flank here, playing Koreans in the orange. We can have Lucky Rocks in the pockets, Burgundians. We have Gary coming in as the Italians in the pocket. And then we also have FedEx on the flank as Bengalis and Koreans have been two very, very popular flank civs on Team Islands. And we've even seen Burgundians a decent amount as well. I believe the first time we've seen Burgundians pocket Team Islands was Germany was running, I think, Anno.
Germany versus USA.
Yep, true. I remember the game that did not went according to plan.
It was a weird game, but you got it done in the end.
Yeah. Felt like a custom scenario, just defending wave after wave. Yeah. Okay. So by the way, I just double checked, and Burgundians don't have heavy demo, so that leaves the entire Argentine team with no heavy demo.
All right, so we can skip the game and go to game 3, game 4, excuse me. Because heavy demos,
they are very useful, but not like that. Doesn't mean it's an auto loss, but if that's something that Team Brazil, sees and recognizes, they could go for like a nice fast fire timing. But yeah, we'll see.
The question is, who would you go with a fast fire timing with? It would have to be Spanish, right? Or can you make use of the Dravidians or the Japanese on the flank, which we do see sometimes? Players, if they fall a little bit further behind, if they have a good lead, they try and transition into the fast fire. Transitions are just huge in war with the.
I don't know. I'm very concerned about this game. I feel like this game is going to be a very long game because I don't think it's going to be a very aggressive game just based on the civs. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me to go do landings with most of these civs. And I already feel like Italians makes a lot of sense for Fast Castle, and so does Vikings. And that is just a very economic, very slow game with like these both teams kind of setting up their islands, and then we have Spanish trade, but yeah, we have Bengali ships, we have extra ships, we have Flemish on our own island. I don't know, but we have Koreans that save so much wood. Like it has that feeling of a very long slugfest of a game where you're looking at galleys for a long time, or galleons.
Yeah, and before quadruple random, like I want to see.
And look at the dock positions. You've got side docks and back docks from everybody, except for Miguel, who's kind of got a front-ish dock. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
All right, now I think it's the time to leak the strat that we actually wanted to go for against Brazil, but couldn't because they did double landing. So we did double defensive scouts, right? And I could actually see Brazil doing that too. Because obviously you don't want to do anything in fuel age as like on water as Vikings when you're in the pocket. So you want to get to castle age and then maybe do longboats. And then the idea was to clean the landing quick, especially when it's just one guy landing, and then invest a little bit more into land units, land them over yourself, and then go for a castle drop, just a safe castle on the enemy island, and then use Kongs as a super annoying unit to distract everyone, while the other guy just booms and then carries later on. Because the big problem with booming into then like wanting to carry on land is that you don't really have like a good opportunity to land them when you were booming and not contributing to winning water or having the map control to actually land. So, but with a castle, it means that this castle is like not likely gonna fall in castle age. So you'll have the opportunity to land near the castle to then set up your military and then get an advantage on land. But then again, with Vikings, that's not something you want to do probably, so I doubt we'll see it here. But I do like Kongs a lot on this map, and then obviously for the late game, you have the Spanish trade, which can also be a win condition on its own.
25% extra is just sick.
We're seeing kind of a team wall from Lucky Rocks here. This is interesting.
Yeah, you're right. There's actually no walls really at all from Brazil at home. And not a single transport is getting made, guys, and we're nearly 9 minutes into the game.
I tell you,
Yeah.
we see they do see barracks from 2 pocket players, so they're going to make at least like some what's complementary defensive scouts, and then realize, oh, nobody's landing. Now I'm going to land over on their side, maybe.
Yeah, it's double. Like both teams have 1 FC pocket and 1 defensive scout pocket, so this will be a very defensive game and probably not much more than galley micro happening until castle age.
Not a lot of risk taking being prioritized in both teams, really.
What's even strange? Like,
what do you think is easier to do? To be the proactive team in the sense that you're going to land, or play a little bit more defensive with a defensive landing?
I think defensive.
I think if you land, you have to invest a lot. Like, you have to get a position on their land. Like, kind of what we did against Italy. It was like, okay, we're going to invest a ton. We're going to send a lot of vills over. We're going to have to make them deal with it, and it's going to be annoying. And then we're going to make crepos and towers and like all this annoying stuff. But if you play defensive, like, you can read the game so much more. So I think it's a lot easier. Something that Brazil has done nicely here, obviously using a lot of their bonuses here to save a lot of wood, it's given them a little chance for early aggression, and their docks went up faster than Argentina's did on both sides. Like, both players got to 3 docks before both the Argentinian players really got to their 3rd dock. So you're seeing a little bit of pressure here.
And Fire's not jumping in here, and he's got 3 galleys, and I went backwards, and I'm not too sure why.
It's waiting for fletching.
Yeah, I guess.
Might have missed his timing.
It looked like he had a window there, and now FedEx has got 4 galleys, so now he's behind. Like, he knew he only had 2, so he definitely had a little bit of a moment there where just faltered, but he's got a few more galleys
is off
coming over.
to a really good start against Nikov here. I think Nikov has made a huge mistake, but then
Versus 3.
6 against 3, and then he's got low HP on one of them. Seems to be 6 against 2, and then he might lose these fishing ships. If I was Miguel, maybe I would just run to the back now and take the fish off Lucky Rocks, who has just clicked the castle age.
What happened? Did Nikov just get out microed? Because they had a similar uptime, right?
I think earlier he got out micro, but I think the bonuses, like the wood savings, helped Miguel a lot. To get the early galleys out.
And then the late 3rd dock,
The dock was late, yeah.
Just not the best build. You could leak off on like.
Guys, we have a transport. Sorry, we do have a transport.
Ooh, okay.
I like the front dock. Yeah,
it's at the front from Goku.
He already landed a couple scouts.
He did, yeah.
Leak off here actually.
Yeah, I think when you land your scouts, you should always land them at the sides of the island into the flanks, because the flanks are usually closer to the shore, like to the middle shoreline, than the pockets. And also flanks do wall, but they usually wall like to the water, so you can still land in. And then also, the flanks are the players that are microing their galleys, so distracting them means that you can either get a good fight on water, which is kind of what's happening here. Nikov's microing but losing his entire wood line.
Or it's been idled in the same sense as well, which wood income's just absolutely crucial at this moment for keeping the reinforcements coming out.
My question is, where are Gary's scouts? Like, they're just running around the island. Like, it's like, how did that happen? How did he just miss all these teal scouts coming in? Like, Nikov is in a world of hurt here. This build is really messed up.
And Gary's only get 3 scouts as well, It's not like it's going to be an easy help for him. All split up. Nikov's economy's all being idled. He's got villagers going to have to retasks as well.
This is really huge damage. Like, the economy is just... Like, his castle time is going to be really, really bad.
And TC coming in from Dogal. No sign
Dogal's just
of...
booming. He's just booming.
No sign of longboats at all. Despite he's got these second docks to the left-hand side. Gillnets even coming in. Beautiful stuff. Looks like Lucky Rocks is going to add fires. War galley coming in. He's going to add the TC himself.
Something on the left side is that FedEx lost all his fish, so he's having to add farms, which is never a feeling you want, like adding a full ring of farms in Feudal Age on water maps. Those fish really help you get good castle times. And you see Miguel is just clicked up by using the market to rebalance his eco a little bit. No farms.
Yep. And he's pretty much used up all of his good farming space anyway. You see Market and Blacksmith right next to his TC. Still has his fish alive, but his galley numbers, they're a little bit split up here.
Like, he played so well early, and now he's just making a couple little mistakes, is what it seems like.
Where is his other mats? Oh, he's way around to the left-hand side now. He's actually looked all the way around to FedEx. Huh.
So Dogal was a big lead with the fishing ships, and he's got gill nets, and he's also kind of made more docks around the map, but now he's adding a couple of longboats. So he's ahead, and Goku's going on 4 TC boom. Okay, so I like Brazil's position so far. I think the early game has gone well for them. And Goku's got a little bit on stone, but I think it's more for boom. This is a game where I would have liked what Anno said. If Goku had transported across, made a castle on their island, it could have been devastating. But he's opting for the boom. They're opting for the really late approach. And I mean, they have Spanish trade, so it makes a lot of sense.
Cogs can be very annoying to deal with. You can see Miguel still has a few fishing ships still alive, but the fires are here from Lucky Rocks now, which will help quite a lot. Longboat numbers are starting to mass. I do like that Dogal's put docks to the left-hand side, which is good for his fish economy, but the reinforcements are having to go a lot further out to the right-hand side where he's actually trying to go to.
What I want to see from Brazil, since they know their flanks are ahead to Castle Age, I would have popped down like 2 more TCs. Like, I think Miguel popped down 1, Fire popped down 2. Perfect, yeah. So get ahead, and economically, well, you have the timing advantage. You see how many TCs they have on their island versus how many Argentina has, and that gives them a big lead going forward in the game. And the longboats should do well in this mid part of the game as far as cleaning stuff up on both sides, wherever Doga has to play. Plus, he has fish. Nobody else really has fish at the same level. Looking good for Brazil.
So Brazil looking in control at the moment, 30 eco units ahead. What do you think's the next stages for Argentina then, Anno, to get a bit of a swing back in their favour? Someone has to get a quicker imp time in, or what are we thinking?
I think quicker imp doesn't really accomplish too much here. Sure, you can go for a faster imp and like, for example, with Italians and try to get some control with fast fires, but at this point I think like even if you get a small lead on water, you're still behind in land eco. You see so many TCs from all the Brazilian players. You have 2 TCs from Miguel, 4 from Goku. You have 3 TC and a massive fish boom from Dogao, and even 3 TCs for Fire now. So I think I would like Argentina to make something happen on land, which is tough to do. You have condos as a potential unit to have quick units to start raiding everyone, but I think this just goes to like if everyone just continues making water units, I think that Brazil will just keep their advantage, and then they also have Spanish trade, which I think is a big lead for them to win this game.
And they also have Spanish cannon galleons, but not with splash damage, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think Argentina's is going to boom. They're going to not make as many galleys and just try to boom and take the game to late game, and then they'll try their best and see if they can fortify their island with Korean towers and just make it a super long game, like I said. And I think it's not the best against Spanish trade, but they got kind of crushed in the early part of the game. So,
well, you have
Guys,
Koreans.
we have to click up as well, so he is thinking about the simp timing.
On
Gary's picking up for fast fire.
60ville,
like
yeah.
Locks in the back.
I think the longboats just kill everything. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's kind of an issue. We have so many longboats already. We're up to 40 longboats.
Nearly 40 longboats. What the hell, man?
He just had a free game. It's just like game 1. He's had such a free game.
So what about just gaining some control in the middle with fast fires and then Lucky Rocks landing?
Paladin timing?
Yeah, maybe Paladin, maybe like Condo into Paladin. I don't know, just something to make it messy. Because I think if this just, if let's look at the scouting, because I think no one has actually ever been. Actually, no, we had some scouts right on the. Yeah, we had some scouts from Brazil on the Argentinian island, and then we see a huge black hole for Argentina where Brazil's island is. So for now, no scouting there. Let's see. I believe Burgundians do have shipwright, so I believe all civs have shipwright except for Vikings, but they have a natural discount. So this could be just a 4-player galleon late game. Just not something I'm excited to see, but we can hope for some different play here. We have a forward dock now for Gary, so
Goku's landing a castle on their island in a little bit here. I can see that.
Oh really?
The question is, will it get denied?
Oh nice. Okay, that's what I want to see.
He does have Koreans. There's 10 villagers coming over as well.
And they have the fire ships there. They got a couple galleys over. It's good communication. Here comes the castle, I'm sure. Yep, there it is.
Oh, it's just out of range for the monk that was there.
Lucky
Rocks can't see it.
I don't know if he saw it, but he doesn't.
I don't think he did see it at all.
No,
he sees the hill and he's wanting to cancel his own.
But that's 7 non-Spanish vills versus 10 Spanish vills. I think I know which castle is going to go up fast.
Gary sees it, but they can't clear it yet.
They can't clear it, but also the Spanish castle is not actually reaching the vill, so both castles will go up.
But Goku is up to him.
He's got a ton of economy. I would. Would you sling Goku because he has this landing here?
Well, you don't have much space around the landing. You see how much.
Doing another landing here on the right.
Okay, I like that. So it's gonna be Paladin. Yeah, why not? I think you could sling them.
It's something similar to what they did against you guys when they had they slung Miguel for the Goth landing.
Yeah.
But it looks like Nico's got a tower coming.
And Dogal's going to have 32 on gold. He's going to have 65 longboats. I guess the question for Dogal is, what else does he really need to spend his gold on at this moment?
Trade.
Yeah, just get trades set up.
Like sling your food out, get trade, put 80 longboats on the map, maybe a couple cannon galleons to secure shorelines, and it's kind of, you're good.
Okay, Gary's actually getting a nice kind of surround on the longboats in the back with the fast fires. Don't know if he's seen Dry Dock come in quite just yet, but he would probably assume pretty soon with Italians. Everything's so damn cheap. What are the longboats are kind of going down? Goku should be straight onto Trebs here. Nothing yet.
I do like that castle that he dropped even further on the right. It's right on Nikov's
Yeah.
main gold,
Yeah.
one of Nikov's golds, and then also on the TC there. Lucky Rocks dropping a castle behind his base on the hill there. Some good control for Lucky Rocks, but
now
still
you're
waiting on
playing.
Imperial.
So Cavalier will finish for the Goku before Lucky Rocks gets to Imperial. So the Paladin time will actually be the same if they can both click it right away. Let's look at their resources.
Yeah, Goku's close.
Yeah, Goku will have it. Lucky Rocks, not now actually. Okay, so maybe even Paladin for Goku before Lucky Rocks, and then the unit helps. And I don't see anyone taking helps. Italians don't have them. I don't think Nikov's not even up to him, so I think these
No.
Paladin can just end the game, to be honest.
Paladin in for both.
Goku, just give him 70 Paladin right now.
Yeah.
Get 6 stables forward.
End the game now. Like, don't turn into slugfest for all of our sakes, not just for your own team.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. I think they're in a really good spot.
Yeah.
Nikov preparing. Like, another thing I like to see is supremacy if you can get to it as well for these
Yeah,
villagers.
true.
It'd be nice to have a little more sturdiness on them. I don't know if Spanish have sappers or not. I can't remember.
They do, yes.
Oh, nice. Then you come with the Vills, you kill the TCs, and you 105 the Argentinians.
The last serve that needs sappers, probably. They have it.
Okay, Paladin's also coming in for Lucky Rocks, but remember those are Burgundian Paladins, so not as strong as the Spanish ones, and
he's also missing a lot of upgrades. He doesn't even have +2 defense.
Oh yeah.
I wish Fire just slung Goku instead of making units here. I mean, they have plenty of units on the water. They've got 88 longbows. Like, you don't need to add any more units. Like, just sling the Paladin player, I think.
I agree, but if you were to make any more units, those should be cannon galleons and not more ships, because you already control at least like as much of the water as you need to start killing buildings and start killing TCs and docks in the front and all that stuff.
What's with the Ferocity edition?
I don't know. He just loves them. He played them in Germany.
It's so bad though. Like, there's one player in Imp. I mean, now there's more, but the first player in Imp for Argentina was Gary making fast fires. That's like making caravels into fast fires. It's such a bad unit against fires, and like, not a good investment for now. But I think Goku will just clean everything. He's lacking a little bit of siege.
Dogao's getting the sling upgrade. I don't even know if he needs siege. Just like a couple treads here and there, and then just mass the Paladins over.
Heavy demo from Fire.
Heavy demo.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
You get a full dock tech tree from Dravidians, so what's the options you can go for?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I didn't mention or didn't think about was that you have the longboats with the Therisidai, so you have an answer to fast fires already. But at this point, I feel like Therisidai are a bit of an overkill, like just not needed.
Sling.
Yeah.
Give the Paladin man his resources. He runs over everything. It looks like he's already doing enough, but
yeah.
Give him more.
Yeah, so we have trying to get into help now. Castle's down, right in that trade line.
And Nikov is getting defeated.
Yeah, Nikov is losing a lot.
Hiding in these keeps here.
42 Vils. Even less now. Castle's.
I'd like to see more stables from Goku, just more pressure.
More stables?
Guys up on the island.
And also, I think a second landing where Fire's war galleys and the longbows are on the left side.
Yeah, it'd be perfect.
Just start raiding the others as well. We have nice stone walls from FedEx, but there will always be an overchop on Team Islands.
Yeah, sure.
And we're concerned about this might be a really long game.
He needs supremacy.
It kind of feels like it's
the Vills have to run back. They can't complete the castle. If they had supremacy, they dominate. And there it is. Yes,
it's coming. He's only got 5 villagers out. No. He's put the villagers just out of range. Shipwright even coming in for Miguel. The trades all being added from the Brazilians are taking absolutely no risks in this one. They want to make sure they're set up for the late game just in case it gets there, but they are unlikely. They're in a very, very commanding position for sure. 130 eco units ahead, 80 military units ahead. The Paladin are going into decent help numbers out though.
Yeah. But that's what the supremacy builds are for, I guess.
Look at all the res. Dogao has like Mishi resources. Just
yeah.
Goku.
Goku, don't make a forward
Oh,
mining
here's the
camp.
blast furnace.
You gotta make a. You gotta make a TC, my man.
Yeah, and this is all with Spanish trade, right? And we already have trade set up for Brazil. I don't see a single trade card for GG's card. All right,
Yep.
I'm glad we finished this before 1 hour.
Minutes.
Yep.
And it wasn't a long game. That's nice.
It's just the feudal age. Like Argentina did not get through unscathed. Like the scouts from Goku did damage on Nikov, and then on the other side, Dravidians and like both flanks got a little bit of damage on the Argentinian flanks. Just from the tempo was just a little faster, even with similar builds. So the SIB bonuses and the draft part of it paid off for them.
So we actually saw fast castle longboats, right? Just like.
Yep. Well, it was like boom and then adapt to make longboats, which I think.
Didn't he start making them right away?
No, not right away.
He dropped it 2 TCs first.
Okay,
yeah.
I like that because you have the fish eco to make vills. So if you spend all your wood on ships first, what are you going to spend your food on?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
You could potentially sling your flanks. That's something that we used to do like a while back. Is to because you reach castle age, you can sling your flanks up to castle age, use the food that way, and then start making longbows right away. But I like the 3DC approach. I think eco is very important on this map too. Yep.
He made some right away, but I think it was more about getting the economy rolling and then making sure he had gill nets and a lot of
3
fish.
TC into gill nets, beautiful.
It's just that was all afforded to them by having the flanks be a little bit ahead. So they invested a lot in their civs on this map, and then they had Spanish trade to back it up at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of foolproof, unless Argentina did some good damage with the landing or something.
Yep.
It just looked easy.
And it worked out perfectly because Argentina didn't go for any landing. Imagine Argentina doing double landing, like what Brazil did to France, or even to us.
What do you do with Vikings?
Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden, you have one guy booming and making longboats and not contributing on land. I mean, of course, Dogao can always adapt and help on land too, but you don't have the greatest units with Vikings on land to help against double landing. So this, like the way the game played out, like the Viking pocket was really good, but it's also a bit of a gamble. I still think so.
Looks like they have the civ disadvantage going into these last two games. But all the pressure is certainly on Argentina for sure.
So on the right side, FedEx is loomed up, and he's sending the vills forward. He is playing Lithuanians in the Black Forest style for sure. So he can kill some deer and make some chaos happen here.
But also instant loom for fire as well, which is kind of nice. Of course you can't. It's not like for like. It's probably gonna have some idle time because you can't. You're gonna have some villagers forward here. That's actually got one villager slightly in position.
I don't know if this is proper play. Like Anno might know a little better than me, but against Lithuanian, you want to get your food economy rolling a little bit and then engage the vills. If you start engaging now, then you won't have enough food under the TC, enough vills gathering food, and you're gonna have idle time while he won't. And I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen to fire here.
Also, instant loom. It sounds nice, and of course it is, but it also means that you will need more food to make vills. Because usually, if you get loom, that means that you have 25 seconds of not needing the 50 food to make a vill. With Goth, you do, so you need even more food with Goth to sustain vill production early on. And yeah, let's see the idle time. It's only 2 seconds for now. He's doing a good job. Also, this is not BF where you're like fighting for one spot. Because when you do it on BF against Lithuanians, they can also send more vills sooner than you can. But since FedEx just went around once, actually I think Fire did a really good job here.
I think Fire's done a good job, especially he's taken a lot of good fights against the vills. And then Nikov's scout was late coming over. So I think he's done a good job so far.
Teamwork so far. On the other side, Lucky Rocks has actually made his way to Miguel, the pocket player. He's actually took... one of the villagers are dead.
Oh, nice.
One of the vills are dead.
That's
and
nice.
Oh, Dogao's, yeah.
It's a lot of HP gone from his scout too. It's like a good start for Lucky Rocks.
Also a lot of deer lamed. Good job there. Okay.
The Berbers are doing well. See now, Fire's starting to lame FedEx, who sent out some fresh vills to go and try and stop that from happening.
And Fire
So
has ended up behind enemy lines here.
But he's got scout support, and they've got a little more health than the Argentinian scouts. And then Nikov's going to take a... Oof, just dodged it at the last second. But you want to really be careful with your scout HP, because that's how villagers get tracked down and killed, is when your scouts are out of position, they're low on HP.
And Lucky Rocks has 4 more
Lucky
villagers
Rocks
moving
is-
towards Miguel. That one's going to go home. Got 2 groups here. And they might try and fight some damage in Goku now, or going to focus on Miguel a little bit more.
I don't think there's much damage that could be had on Miguel anymore. Maybe he walls in the berries.
The wood line,
He's
perhaps?
also going to Dogao a little bit with 2 more vills and kind of being annoying there. Maybe he'll go fight him again. A lot to keep up with.
Miguel's very
Fire's
lucky.
gone back.
He's very lucky with his berry spawn being in range of the TC. If you compare that to Goku's berries, Goku, like if Goku was the one getting Berberville rushed, he couldn't really, gather the forage bushes safely.
Okay, Lucky Rock's doing an amazing job of sending these weak vills home as well. More coming forward.
You see, Fire, check his resources. He's sending some vills over to the pocket, so it might be...
Is it
It
douche
looks
time?
like a vill rush. No, he doesn't have a lot of
Yeah,
wood
it's
in the bank.
also it's not,
He might
not
kill
enough.
his house, though. Like, killing these houses out of the TC range would be really annoying.
Yeah, true.
Zeker's up.
Yep. 19 pop. Kamar gonna go straight onto the stable. He's been totally untouched in his Dark Age, so...
Something kind of interesting that I'm seeing from Deeker is he's made his mining, his lumber camp. I don't think the lumber camp, he made it until right now, as far as I can tell, with Khmer, which you can do. But he's made it over by where Lucky Rocks' lumber camp is.
Huh.
Oh, Nikov just deleted the Palisades, and that's where Fire's sending his vills.
Oh, because he's now sending more vills to that. I mean, he has Loom though, right? It's not the end of the world, but it's certainly annoying. Will he see it? Yeah, not in time.
Yeah, instant reaction. Causing some idle time is certainly nice.
And Fire's also kind of grabbed the hill position a little bit, so that's nice. But Nikov has more vills. They'll just be annoying here.
FedEx on Goku's wood line on the bottom side as well, but does get warned off for the meantime.
Lucky Rocks is killing a Palisade gate. Not quite. One more hit. That's a lot of wood.
True, that's 30 wood actually. So, Locke, do you think that will be a douche follow-up from Lucky Rocks? Because he's investing so much into this. There's no way he's getting to Feudal Age anytime soon, and douche is usually the preferred follow-up when you're doing this heavy of a Vil Rush, because you'll have you can still have impact in Dark Age with the TC drop. What do you think?
Just feels like he's going to keep Vil fighting Dogao because he just has 4 on wood. FedEx is the one I'd be more interested in. Although he's clicked up, he has a lot on wood right now. So he doesn't look... I don't think we'll see any douches, actually.
Okay.
Judging by the resources so far. Actually, look at this from Lucky Rocks. He's actually walled in some of Dogao's vills and is punching them down, but will he lose his own vills here? Lucky Rocks has had a really, really cool game so far.
Dogao's trying to take the house down now.
But he's repairing and he's killing the vills that are trapped. Really nice play from Lucky Rocks. That is excellent.
There's an interesting thought behind why snipe poles when you don't really... It's not... This isn't a map you really did prioritize in your draft at all. So if you're going to be treating this more as a throwaway map, why would you snipe poles? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Maybe they thought poles was for arena or something.
Yeah.
Did you see FedEx with the barracks close to Goku's wood line? So perhaps some kind of a tower fallout with spears back here could be really scary. Like force a tower from Goku, maybe. At least he'll make spears, I'm sure.
Spearman on the way.
And then on the front side, he's towering the berries from Fire, who's still in Dark Age for the time being. And FedEx will lose a Vil, it looks like. Yeah, nice trap by Fire. I think Lucky Rocks is doing a really good job against Dogao. He's stopped the Men-at-Arm play. He's kept Dogao in Dark Age, and also he's 7 Vils up. Dogao's lost 7 Vils.
Wow.
Damn, I didn't realize it was as much. That's crazy.
And I mean, it hasn't all been Lucky Rocks. It's been some of Deeker's scouts, but together they've done a nice job so far. And looks like Brazil on that side is going for kind of a team wall approach. And we've seen this in other tournaments where Chaos Pit has been on the map pool. And it's kind of the safe way to play it. It's like the GL way to play it, sort of. So that's kind of what they've done here.
Mm-hmm. You see
Nice wall in by Dogao on the Vil there from the scouts. Really nice.
And then from the Saracen player Miguel, we have a stable and a market, and he has sent 5 Vils to stone. So this could be some kind of upgrade timing or cast stage timing. You never know with Saracens. But he didn't go for the archers, which was also a possibility. And I think it's correct. I think archers just don't trade well against scouts. But it could be something, you know, maybe for later, or maybe it's just the scout plane using the stone as, you know, selling resources and selling the stone and then buying whatever you need to get some kind of elite economically.
Let's have the blacksmith up as well, so we'll see if he does get upgrades. Yep, Fortune just coming in at that second. And Fire's even going for counter towers now on FedEx. He's not too bored about that tower from FedEx and the berries, and he's going to start pushing in on that side himself. And it feels like FedEx's forward barracks.
FedEx got a second tower on Goku. He deleted his first tower, and now he's got this one kind of in range of the wood line, which is going to be annoying.
Such a good tower.
Yeah,
but the Vils, like whenever they chop, so he can retest what he's doing now, all the Vils to the left side, but whenever they finish one tree, they'll go to the right again. It's so annoying.
Oh yeah, he has to shift click everything.
Yes.
Yeah, see they're like having to click it on there. So both teams have come for like team wall. You see Dogao coming forward. I think the tower will be his play here. He's got a lot of stone in the bank, which is nice. And then again, I think Argentina's getting caught underinvesting in scouts.
Yeah.
Or underinvesting in feudal army.
We have Nikov doing the thing.
He's in.
When they're in. Oh. They're actually in.
Nikov's up, but
that's sloppy.
He's missing. No, he has the buildings, right? Does he have the building? I see a market. Is he not have a stable?
Doesn't look like it.
And then Dogao did get the Men-at-Arms here. Nice, just a 2 Men-at-Arm play from Bulgarians, which is what you can do with the 40 gold that you have after looming. And Nikov rushing up a stable. Yeah, he didn't make a stable all of feudal age. They have one player playing scouts. And now they're getting tower push. Like, they don't have enough scouts to fight it off. Brazil is in a nice spot now. And after Dark Age, it seemed it went so well for Argentina. Again, they're getting almost just the greed has punished them once again. And both like scouts taking the fights under the towers, like
it's not the first time we've seen Argentina like greed a little bit on Chaos Pit either.
Especially Nikov, right? Like he's been doing this a lot, and it has been working in some matches. But yeah, it's greedy and it's risky, and
it's hurting the purple player for sure.
Yeah,
like he's got towers all over his farms. That hurts. Miguel is like untouched. Goku's untouched.
So we'll have Lucky Rocks on the way to Castle Age soon. Just needs to sell some resources. I think it's just for selling. It could be Camelot.
He just out. So
is he finding a gold? Oh yeah. Also,
could this be a longer game than Team Islands?
Possible.
I think if the game isn't decided in feudal age, and I wouldn't say it is, then it's like it becomes more of a closed map actually because of the the wood that's surrounding the inner chaos pit. So it's actually pretty closed outside, and then once people start booming there, it's tough to finish the game. So yeah, could be an game for sure.
So some more fun stuff is happening. So Fire is pushing with lots of vills and lots of spears on the right side on FedEx, who's dropping a second tower to kind of defend that. While FedEx got this weird tower on Miguel's wood line that Miguel had to counter tower. So some fun FedEx things are happening.
Is Fire just gonna dish now? He's got like 13 vills forward.
I don't know if there's a place where he can douche, or what's kind of the
but
point.
He's in feudal age, right? Like feudal douche would be weird.
This doesn't seem to be like useful.
Like
they're both kind of out of the game. They're
he also doesn't just have the stone for it. He's got 96 stone. So
I guess, yeah, it'll be a castle drop from Lucky Rocks on Dogao. I think I like it.
Okay.
Like the axe is coming up.
He needs to wall the side, so I feel.
Yeah, he started walling the middle a bit. So because Dogao invested so much onto onto Dika, Lucky Rocks knows that.
Might get denied.
Needs to wall this in. There is knights there for Annotoph as well, but he does need to wall it in.
That was a good house.
Back. Now
Annotoph tower from Dogao
can't get in.
Tower from Dogao.
The race begins.
I think
he'll get it.
Yeah, he'll get it up.
10 is usually enough.
Also,
some of the villages are all building houses and stuff, though. That's the main concern. He's not retasked the vills.
True. 2 more building that stone gate. But there's also no fletching on the tower, right? Because he spent the gold on the men-at-arms. Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
He sends more just in case, anyway. He's gonna lose a few vills.
Yeah. Okay, good job. And this is in TC range, so the castle will take down the tower quickly, and then
it also gets Nikov into their bases.
Yeah.
Team wall is breached.
Yeah. 2 extra TCs from Miguel on the back. He has access to camels, so he can of course use those to chase down Nikov's knights. But let's see if Lucky Rocks adds eco now. I would prefer him to just play all in camel archers and just keep castle dropping.
I think camel archers is really good.
Yeah.
Like towers or castle drops on the farms or the pockets. It's always really nice. Just deny the farmland.
Also, look at how much chaos that one tower from FedEx caused. Look at that wood line from Goku. It looks horrible.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
And it's like at least. Well, Fire, also the problem of Goths is he doesn't have stone walls, so they've just palisade wall the right side.
With a couple of gates, way to feel safe.
FedEx is kind of abandoning ship here on the right side.
Well, because
I don't want any more.
He's getting out. He's going to try. Oh, nice clutch, quick wall on the knights there. He might get them on in these. I think he's going to wall everything out there. It's really clutch from FedEx.
Yeah.
Wow. FedEx quick walling God here. Dogao has made his new TC on the outside after the castle take it down.
I guess he deleted it, right? That would have been
and Lucky Rocks has denied the walling attempt on the left side from Dogao. So Brazil is just open everywhere. And then...
And that tower's still been annoying in Goku's wood line. I think he's going to move them all now. Good man. They are all moving.
But they're moving just a little bit more to the right. More TC's coming.
Deeker sent some res to FedEx. That's interesting. I mean, it's allowed, but
yeah.
There's a man that understands the rules, so I love to see it. You know what? I'm actually surprised Deeker did know that. So good job for Deeker. This man has a reputation. And he's changing it today.
Okay, so Lucky Rocks has got 1,000 stone in the bank now. How does he want to use it?
He has
suggested dropping castles in the pockets.
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea.
I think so. He has Botkin. He's queuing more camel archers. If he gets a little bit of a knight support from Dika, I think he should be able to drop it right into Miguel's base.
Does he go in through Dogao's old base, or does he put it out front on the left-hand side, just outside the walls? I think is he gonna go outside the walls?
I think so.
Probably. Maybe he even goes straight onto Goku. I don't know. but I would have preferred it inside. You never know how much army they have. Maybe even a monastery would be good here, just to swing the fights with a few conversions.
Rushing a university as well.
So what's
ballistics, I guess.
FedEx has now decided to boom somewhere completely different.
No, wait, outside? Oh, he's
Yeah.
gonna run behind a Deeker, I guess.
Yeah.
This is what you call splitting the difference. He's going to make sure he has economy everywhere, so he just doesn't want to die completely.
Yeah, and he's walling the top. I like that a lot. So
Yeah.
they'll be walled completely on these sides.
Oh, I know where Lucky Rock should make his castle. It should be between Fire and Goku. That would be the ideal one because there's so many farms there,
Yeah.
and they have nothing to defend it. But he's gonna make it on Miguel. Maybe he'll make a second one. He has two in the bank.
He's gonna have enough for another one, right?
Yeah.
They can't stop this.
But very nice decision to just stay on 1 TC because you don't need a third player booming, and both pockets have 3 TC running. Sure, Nikov did get it delayed a little bit by Goku and Fire, but I think it's completely fine to play 1 TC here, delay the pockets, and then let your pockets carry the game. Classic team game strat.
Yeah, he's instead of using his tools as arbalests, he's using his tools of Campbell archers and castles to delay the pockets.
Yeah,
which is very smart.
Ballistics coming in.
Wouldn't do too well against the Camel archers.
Yep.
No.
So it's nice.
It's Miguel's
now I think the second castle goes in on Goku's farms here.
And now it's only camels from. There's a couple of knights from Goku, but I think these camel archers can win this fight. And a couple of quick walls. A little bit of a panic quick wall.
Gonna force the tower here. I think he accidentally remade a farm.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
That's not. He does get in.
And I think camel archers are a little bit out of position as well.
Well, there's a castle as well.
Yeah.
I might have to abandon that castle.
Yeah, he has to run back, I think.
Doesn't have great surface area for putting up with those vills.
Yeah.
Deeker's kind of looking close to Imperial here, and Nikov is going to click up soon. So I think this is Argentina's game pretty clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the eco lead is just looking.
Just booming.
Miguel coming with the counter castle. I think it's kind of winning the battle but losing the war.
Yeah.
Like Lucky Rocks did a really good job.
Yeah. Lucky Rocks played amazing. Really good will rush. FC being safe, castle dropping, and Dugao is still. Is he up to castle? No. He'll click in a bit. Rushing up the blacksmith. Yeah.
They're both around 40 vills. I mean, flank's not really getting too much.
Wait, FedEx remade his TC, right? In his base? Wasn't that gone for a while?
Let me rewind.
Because I saw him place a building for TC Foundation somewhere else, but
I'm not sure. I can see Deeker's got a castle on the outside now as well, just fortifying, like really good. FedEx has got the walls up on the right hand side.
As far as I've seen, he didn't delete it.
Okay.
Rewinding like 7 minutes.
Alright.
I think he ran so many vills that it seemed like he just abandoned the base. He just had a lot of vills.
Alright. So what's the plan? So I think Lucky Rocks wants to finish that castle. I don't think I like it. I think it's sure it's a nice castle, but it won't actually deny that much. Like just a couple of farms, and you're losing way too many vills to achieve that, in my opinion.
Losing too many vills to Paffin.
Yeah, but that's only 50% the castle, so.
Yeah.
I think you did your job. I think you just go back at TCs now, because both pockets are on the way to Imp, and you just use your Camel Archers to raid wherever you can. We're gonna see a double Cav from the pockets, or is one going to go Hal? Because they do have.
I think Khmer should go Hal Bram, but they're gonna do double Cav, I think.
I don't like it because they have Saracen camels, they have Tatar camels.
I think Hal Bram would have been better from Khmer.
Yeah, just help Treb.
He's gonna ballistic cut the sides, I think.
Yep.
Actually,
they are working away on it. But
okay, that's nice.
Dogal's already prepared for it, guys. He's
Dogal's panic walling everything. He's like, oh no.
He's actually doing the outer ring as well. And you can see him. He's
a pretty good
trying
fight
to get
for Brazil
everywhere.
in the middle with the camels here. On all the calves from Nikov.
Yeah.
Before he got Cavalier, I don't know why they need to take that fight.
Now we have Pikeman for. I guess that makes sense. Pikeman for Nico for FedEx, but I still think double calf is not needed.
Miguel with the Mamelukes, lots of resources. Can make something happen.
Oh, he's up to imp as well, actually. Okay. Okay. Like in my mind, the game was already over, but.
Huh.
It's still like 1.5 be 2.5, I guess, players. Maybe Goku counts as a full player, but he has no army.
And
then
Fire coming with a forward castle went at 40.
I think that's Doubt, right?
That seems really...
Why?
That seems like Mr. Doubt's here.
Mr. Doubt has arrived.
The Lord shines down on him. Why? That is just such a strange forward castle.
Yeah, especially on FedEx. Like
he's on 26 spells now.
Yeah.
Okay, now Nigov's adding Siege Workshop, but he's also doing more stables.
Still think I guess he wants to go Paladin. Nah, he doesn't have the food for it, but I think
Hussar also in an economy in the bottom as well, guys.
Yeah, but
I mean Hussar's nice, but yeah, there's Mamelukes. I think you need help.
Yeah,
alright. Okay, fair enough.
I guess the flanks were just too far gone.
Yeah,
for Brazil. Sure.
And you had the extra TCs for Lucky Rocks coming. So I think Lucky Rocks did amazingly this game. A lot of very nice decisions, very good execution, and it was a little bit scary late feudal age when Dogao with the towers came into Dika space, but at the same time though, I don't think Lucky Rocks could have done anything to prevent it because his role was the Vil Rush to delay everyone a little bit. But then, as we said earlier, sorry, just a little bit more scout investment from the pockets to deal with this, and then yeah, they would probably be in a better spot still. But anyway, well played by Argentina. 2-2.
It's an exciting game.
Nice.
Another one.
So many deciders in this tournament already. I love it.
And if we look at the draft, I'm gonna just check off the subs that we did see there. So one for Argentina on this side. Of course, they lost the game one, so they need to win Brazil's home map. But it is Arabia, so it's pretty much a map that every top player is very, very comfortable in playing.
And Brazil have a very different style in Arabia than just about every team left in the tournament.
All here, and who's going to be matched up against who on each side? So we've got Dogal Miguel one side, going to be playing up against Dika and FedEx on the right-hand side. And of course, Eagle should be coming forward very soon. We're just picking up sheep where they can, and it's going to be Fire and Goku on the left-hand side, and it's going to be Nikov and Lucky Rocks in the pocket.
So look at the right side really quick. We see Dogao. He's looking right at that boar, and FedEx moved away from the boar. Really odd decision from FedEx. Like if it was me, I would have kept that eagle on that boar until I took the boar. It's just, oh wow, I can't fathom why he did that. I guess he'll just push deer.
He's pushing deer now, yeah. Huh. And then left-hand side. Looks like Goku's coming forward, and there is a board coming in from Nikov, so he looks fine, but he might lose a couple of sheep to the right-hand side of his berries, but Dogal's going to get
taking both boars right away.
Yep, beautiful.
And then have a third one as base. That is really tough against Ethiopians.
And I love that Miguel already has his scout forward as well.
That's going to affect the early game a lot. Like, can FedEx... He has a good enough map to defend here. Like, the gold in the back is really helpful. The wood is an easy wall to TC. So they'll have to play a little slower pace at the beginning.
Oh, we have another lane on the left side, actually, from Fire. That's...
ambitious.
A little more ambitious, to say the least.
There's going to be 2 scouts versus 1.
And then Fire also getting Loom here, so...
Oh, this was the no block patch.
It's the patch where you couldn't block, right?
I remember. I just Just saw the scout phasing through the other scout.
Oh, yeah, it went back. It went back. Now Goku's trying to take it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
he
also
messed up.
doesn't work. Yeah,
This has happened so many times.
yeah.
He only
And
took
then
one hit. Yeah, he only hit one time.
I wonder
No, I
if
think
this is.
he had more than once.
It's 10 HP, and he has 33 HP, so that's weird. He
Because
maybe he took an uphill hit or something.
there was another game where someone hit the board 3 times and it didn't aggro
It
back on.
was our game against who was it? I think against
I
Chile.
remember.
So I think if the ball is like far away from its spawn location, it really wants to go back. And I don't know if this is like a patch thing or if this like I don't know. I don't remember it being that way like throughout the but so it really wants to go back. So it just decides randomly, even though you attacked it and it attacks back, that sometimes even after attacking the scout once, it thinks, actually, I much rather want to go back. So it's really risky to stop attacking it because you need to attack it. You don't need to attack it twice. What you need to do is you need the board to attack you twice, but you can't control that. So you have to stay at the board attacking it, hoping that the board attacks you twice. Then it will follow you, but you don't know that, and it's like we stopped doing it because it was so inconsistent and so random to get a board that was already lamed and far away from its spawn point, which is it's a bit of a pity. I don't think this should be part of the game. You should be able to still take it, in my opinion. But anyway, so now
Dogao is going to click up on 18 pop as soon as this mining camp finishes. Nice.
What about FedEx? FedEx is
he's walling his base here.
I don't like it. Unless he wants to go up like super late. But he has enough food. He's mines after all. He pushed all his tier. He has enough food to click up.
Mayan privilege.
I think
he's gonna full wall his base to Dark Age, it looks like.
I mean, I don't mind the full wall, but I think you want to click up first, then full wall. Because of walling now just means that you'll have less villagers working on food, so you can't click up. And sure, it's fine to click up later when you're full walled, but this is a team game. So if Dogao sees the full wall from FedEx, they'll just instantly move to Dika, and Dika will, be behind Miguel right away. So I'm not sure about this decision, but he's still clicking up
also
with
going up very slow.
21 builds. That's still okay.
Honestly, the uptimes from Argentina are just a little bit further behind from Brazil, which going into the game I wouldn't have expected. Actually,
it
looks like Brazil actually a little bit more up to date now.
Wait, did Nikov? Oh no, he's Chinese. That's why. Okay.
He's Chinese.
And there's two sheep coming. Okay, I was gonna say he's missing some food on the TC, but I think he's fine. He's doing 23 pops, so that's 21. Yeah, that's also pretty late.
This will be 9:40 ish around that time.
Yeah, that's the same time as FedEx, right? Well, did FedEx have idle time?
No.
I don't think anyone had any idle time.
Okay.
No. A lot, anyway.
No. FedEx, well, he won't be able to get a second range. He'll only make one range at first. Dogao will be on 2. Now it's up for Brazil, then I'm sure they will. They'll recognize this quickly, like, okay, he's full wall, we're going to move to the pocket, and they'll go there quickly with the 2 players.
Have they scouted the wall yet? I think so.
Yeah, Dogao does have his scout forward at the moment.
Okay.
But the nice thing for Argentina is that Deeker's map is also very wallable. Like, the berries might be a little bit exposed here at the start, but he's making a lot of walls to kind of secure all his wood lines, and then he can make walls to the houses to the wood lines here.
I hope so. I hope he doesn't go for the wall like stable to stone to edge of map. I think he just walls connects the houses and then to the wood line to the south. That's the way easier wall to hold because it's closer to the TC. And he doesn't do it. All right.
Good luck, brother.
Yeah.
Here come the Ethiopian archers. We'll see a blacksmith soon. He's got the food in the bank, and then he'll start to get on more food, and then this build should be very smooth with extra boar. A little bit of pressure from Miguel already, and he's sending the scouts right away to the pocket. So there's going to be a little bit of timing here if he can't wall this off, where they could have both armies in his base. A little touch on the left side that I saw that I like from Nikov is he made his archer ranges up on this hill. I thought if he made him in front of the gold, it would have been a big mistake, but he made him in the perfect spot and also has walled up his whole map already. So he's really good. Start from Nikov here.
Yeah, and that's
there's a hole between the barracks and the range, of course. Caster's Curse.
Oh my god. And
He
2
has...
scouts getting in, 4th one coming over.
Okay, you don't wanna ungarrison your archers. Not enough.
Oh, nice
there.
quick walls, man. And then Lucky Rocks has gone for the pocket straight away.
I like
and
it.
He's gonna have to quickly. It's nice with Franks.
Yep, he
Oh, he
gets
didn't
in.
get it.
When he gets in. Nice.
Having deja vu of your game against Miguel the other day. Oh, they're trying to break into FedEx on the right side. Wow. I'm
Yeah.
shocked.
What's the so we're so used to seeing like quick up times on Arabia, especially with the Middle Age. What's the main reason for FedEx going up later then, in comparison for these faster up times?
Because he knows he can't compete with the archer number early if he goes up later, especially without a boar. He has less resources at a certain amount of time, so he needs to play a little bit slower, more defensive.
Yeah, Ethiopians is already the better early game civ because of the extra resources they get upon reaching feudal age, and then having, it's not only being down a boar, it also means that your opponent is up a boar. So I think if FedEx just goes for the standard 18, I mean with mines it's like 19, 20 pop, he will still probably struggle to keep the production while still getting fletching early, and even then you have the military advantage as well because both are doing exactly double range. So in feudal age, mines are not really out producing; they're just saving res. So it's more of an eco thing. Whereas starting in castle age, you do 3rd, 4th, and 5th range. So then you can start out producing. But in feudal age, you have the same numbers, and Dogaos shoot faster. So I think it makes sense to go for a more defensive approach here. What I didn't like is that it took Dogao Miguel so long to attack the pocket, because what you want to do is not lose your army while dealing damage to the pocket, making him react, which is what they're doing, to be fair. But now they seem pretty trapped because Argentina can just reinforce all the time. Exactly. Dogao is okay. That's good. That's good.
So let's talk about the left side a little bit. Lucky Rocks has gotten a couple vills off or he's got one vill off Goku, but he's kept them really idled. And Nikov snuck some archers around, and he might get another vill here from Fire, but he's doing a quick wall here with the house, and he walls the vills out really nice.
Where are Fires? Oh, Fires vill archers.
He didn't wall it. Oh,
yep.
Lucky Rocks with a little mistake there. So in Lucky Rocks' base, there's that tile which is missing.
Yeah.
Hole's been a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But this combination from Nikov and Lucky Rocks going toward Goku's base could be pretty scary, actually.
Yeah, and kind of getting out of FedEx. FedEx is losing a lot of Eldros, guys.
Oh.
Because Dogao is in there.
So I guess they took a good fight. FedEx is out of archers, and maybe the game is over. Ouch. I'll have to rewind and see
he's
that.
only get to 13 kills there, so Dogao maybe with the micro, and there's more archers just being sent out to their death.
So Anna, what do you feel like the pocket should do in this situation when you took a catastrophic fight in feudal age?
Well, I think the fight was taken too early. Like, I think if this happens later, it can still be fine if you get an advantage over the other pocket. But there's still so much army left from Brazil now. They're still trying to damage FedEx, which again I don't really understand. I think you have the advantage. Like this is the perfect scenario to go to pocket and make it invest into a ton of scouts while Miguel just clicks up. And Miguel is clicking up, so he's like playing correctly in my opinion. But I think they're attacking the wrong player here because now DK can also just click up, and that's what he's doing. So now Miguel won't actually have an advantage over Dika. So I think Dika is still doing fine, but obviously the uptime difference between the two flanks will be massive, and that's a huge issue for Argentina. So yeah,
big army. Yeah.
To answer your question, I think as Dika you should now try to kind of ignore the army, which is tough to do, and try to get some damage onto the pocket. But obviously Miguel, knowing team games, he's fully walled as he should be. And but yeah, you probably have to swing over as Lucky Rock sometime in Castle Age to get some kind of a clear up to even out the numbers. And then as Dika, for sure 1 TC. Like you can't afford to add TCs now. You need to survive as long as possible.
I feel like Nikov might get cleaned up here by these scouts from Goku. They took a bad fight in the back of Goku's base where they just got no man's land. Like they didn't have any reinforcements. It was just too long in feudal age, and they got cleared. Now Nikov's losing a little bit of his reinforcements. And he's not even clicked up to Castle Age too, so this is kind of a late time. Oh no, he's up. Never
He's
mind.
up. He's up.
Nikov's a freak.
Yeah.
Like 2028. He's just clicking up. 2028. He's up to the Castle Age.
And then he goes for instant TC, not university.
Oh, he knows they're in deep trouble on the other side. Ugh.
Maybe,
It's not
but
looking good.
no. Oh, it's not looking good at all.
Scouts in for Miguel now as well.
So much for trying to ignore that army.
Too, of course.
So they need to send Lucky Rocks over. Have some kind of miraculous cleanup, or else they're in a lot of trouble.
I mean, kind of looks like they already are, right? With Dogao, with the archers in, totally covering the gold for Deeker now. Doesn't have any other gold access at this moment.
See, if we have on the other side, we have Nikov going straight to Goku, who's expecting it, and he's doing
a little bit of timing here from Lucky Rocks. With the +2 win against just archers, but now they're crossbows, and now timing is gone. He's got to run.
Thinking Nikov's going to get in here. It's actually dodging defense from Goku.
I don't like that.
It kind of feels like the house walls are all going to be up, though. I don't think the dungeon's actually going to get up.
That is a classic Doubt dungeon, yeah.
Yeah. I need to mod those Doubt's face on dungeons.
Can they clear this army here, Lucky Rocks?
They should be able to, because
I don't like splitting the scouts there. If you get them to like have, I guess.
Oh, it's good damage. Those are +2 scouts.
Delete the lumber camp, I guess.
Yeah. What are the reinforcements from Dogao?
They were hitting the wood line for FedEx. He's actually had. You can see the wood line on his left hand side. A couple more dead fills. Still on 37. I guess he's mines and being 6 fills behind, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Still make 3 ranges.
Then again,
he's still a minute and a half from with ballistics.
Yeah, I've taken more fill just going down.
Yeah. I still think it could have gone worse, because what's happening now is obviously we always had the advantage from Dogao over FedEx, but now the advantage from Miguel over Dika is purely an economic one. Which is obviously a big problem for Argentina, but it means that they have some time to do something until this economic advantage kicks in. And that something has to happen on the left side, and it doesn't seem to be happening when I look over.
Lucky Rocks is still trying to help clean up these crossbows.
Yeah,
Nikov is doing a lot by himself, which I think is always kind of a bad idea.
Yeah, he's gonna get cleaned now by Goku. Well played by Goku and Fire, to be honest.
Yeah.
And a little bit over aggressive from Nikov, but
it's similar to the Finland game from Argentina.
Yeah,
they're playing so aggressive and like so wild, and I don't usually see that from them, and it's kind of strange.
Well, I think you can't really blame Nikov, because he's probably listening to what's happening on the other side, and he thinks he has to make something work. He's on 3TC, adding more ranges now, because he just lost his entire army. So he's even behind Fire now. Obviously not in eco, but in military, and that's, for the moment, is definitely the bigger problem. And if those +2 knights and crossbows just run to his base, and there's still that hole between the barracks and the archery range.
Oh my goodness.
Sure, those are ballistic Spotkin TCs, but he will lose some vills. And yeah, Lucky Rock's still busy.
But the hill as well. Holding that hill is.
Yeah.
I mean.
Also, Lucky Rock's needing to make that tower in his farmland because of Fire's 4 archers and 1 spear is also limiting his expansion, of course. Having to mine stone.
Miguel being a bit of a pest with his knight numbers. He's on 3 TCs, but he's actually ahead of Lucky Rocks anyway on the numbers. Lucky Rocks going forward onto Miguel though. He's getting villagers on the outside. Needs to be careful because there's a hole there as well, I think.
He's getting in. It's not that many knights, but these TCs are usually non-fletching TCs. Against +2 knights means 1 damage per shot. Which is why I always say whenever you have knights in your eco, pick up fletching, because it's so cheap and it doubles the damage from your TCs. And yeah, these will be a lot of dead wills. Fourth archery range for FedEx.
Deeker rushing up a siege workshop.
Yeah,
And
he's
then
in,
a
he's in a
defensive
world of
TC
pain.
on the gold, as we'll call
Yeah,
it.
he is in a world of pain right now.
Argentina
I'm a
still
little-
is ahead in eco.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Like, I'm kind of worried that Brazil's going to lose an army here on the left side because they've gone so deep, and then
Mhm.
Nikov has a lot of ranges and a lot of eco, a lot more than Fire. Like Fire is doing the same thing as far as archer numbers, but Nikov has 40 more or 50
Yeah,
more vills
yeah.
almost.
Look at the
Chinese.
look at the idle TC time. Like for Argentina, it's all pretty damn low, and then for Brazil, you're talking
Oh, this is a
double
dumb
Yeah,
or
fight
even
FedEx. This is
triple
so
in some of them.
sloppy.
FedEx caught off his pants down. No,
Oh no.
why?
Oh, trying to help his flank. I mean, he's not trading terribly, considering the situation, but and now he's doing 2 more archery. So this is oh, and he's losing vills on the wood line. Great job by Dogao. And
Dogao's playing fantastic.
yeah,
And he still hasn't noticed.
With the fever.
Still hasn't noticed.
with the fever.
Kind of
Yikes.
maybe a poor trade from Argentina on this side. Nigov's gonna click up in a second. Like, this guy's overpowered.
100 vills.
100 vills.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Miguel's
It's hard
nice
to
running,
carry. I'll say it's
turn
hard to
back
carry
now.
as a flank. That's the thing.
Yep.
Well, you have
Those
a
pockets are-
you have a timing window when you like carrying as flank means like, the best example of carrying as flank was the Golden Lakes game, what Dugao did. So you have your timing window where you attack the pockets with your Arbalest timing before they hit imp, before they have +4 Cavalier, and then that timing, like this timed attack, makes like basically gives your pockets the time to click up themselves, and then they should have the smoother eco, more production, and can start running. And then when you run +4 Cavalier into farmland, like how can you produce, right? If you just idle the farm eco all the time. So this is how you carry as flank. But the problem is that Nikov, first of all, doesn't have that much army. He's only on 12 crossbows currently, and he is being pushed. So although he's on the way to imp, he has to deal with stuff in his own base first, and so yeah, the timing window will definitely keep shrinking.
Every player on Argentina is being pressured or has been pressured quite heavily in the last number of minutes. You can see Miguel and Dogal and Deeker's base. Lucky Rock's even got the night crossbow outside to him. The reinforcements are just going to Nikov now. Argentina had an equal lead not long ago. Now Brazil are 50 units ahead. They're also 70 military units ahead.
Yeah.
It's looking like Brazil's game at this moment. Heartbreak in game 5 by the looks of it.
I just want to rewind to that feudal fight and just I don't know if I saw it and just see like what happened to FedEx.
They just had less
They
army.
lost everything.
Yeah, they lost everything. They took the fight, which they didn't have to.
Like,
yeah, they could have just gone back to the TC. They took the fight, lost all the scouts, and then yeah, I don't know why they took that. But I mean, they were already behind before that, of course. Okay, looks like they're cleaning Dogao's army now. Dogao's on the way to imp, and Dogao will just basically win 1v2 here, I think, considering the amount of damage that Dika has also taken. So that means that Miguel, who's also on the way to imp with close to 100,
5 TCs.
yeah, 20 builds, he can just play fully on the left side, and then and he probably doesn't even need to, looking at Nikov's face at the moment. So this game, yeah, looks pretty over.
Yeah, and Miguel's done a really nice job of just having little pockets of knights here and there. Got more in the back of Lucky Rocks.
And Dogao running some stuff over Lucky Rocks too.
Yeah, and Dogao's here with.
To be fair though,
24 archers.
Like, yeah, Miguel played well for sure, but I still have to give like most of the credit to Dogao, because Dogao is always playing as Miguel's flank on these open maps, and the way Dogao like is beasting it up, it makes it so easy for Miguel to play like this. Like, sure, he's doing it incredibly, but it's also not that hard to do with how Dogao sets him up.
should be a GG soon, I think. Here we got basically all the Brazilian players getting close to imp except for Fire, who's just kind of stalling out on Nikov. And that's it's a good tutorial on how to like stop a player who's ahead of you in economy. Lots of army, making no push, like keep him in his base, especially an archer player. You just stall him out.
Really good job by Fire.
Yeah. And then Miguel's just gonna play right down the center, raid both pockets, and just kill everything. They do get a little bit of a trap here on Dogao's army before it gets ready to go, but he's doing a siege or a ram push on the right side.
This is super old school. This was I remember in the last Nations Cup, what was it, 2017?
17, yeah.
This was the meta. Like obviously it was a lot less aggressive. It was like a different format with picking like the 4 best civs every game. But you would always, when you end up with an Arbalest civ on flank, you would always do like a 3TC boom, which is what Dogao did, and then like a capped ram Arbalest push. It's not something you see every day these days. But nice to see. It's a change to the fast imp, Arbalest, go to pocket, and let your pocket carry meta.
Yeah, and there's not going to be a lot of FedEx left.
Nope.
Looks like Nico is getting a kind of a clear up on the left-hand side. I mean, he is heavy on stones, so he's going to try and get a castle forward as well by the looks of it, but what can he do to stop?
I mean, Nico's timing is too late. Like, he can't win the game with this timing.
Yeah.
Now Miguel is getting, he's got res for Paladin. Just whenever he wants to click it, he's got it. And then
and has.
Did Dogao sling him? Because Dogao didn't even get Arbalest. Like,
I don't think he did actually.
He's prioritizing Siege Ram, which makes sense because crossbows with chemistry and bracer already kill everything. Then, Miguel is just killing Lucky Rocks, and then he's also, he's killing everyone now.
Yeah. And Dogao even got these crossbows and FedEx's woodline at the back here. Not leaving them alone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Classic Mayans having more army than Eco.
Oh, he's gonna be down to 0 vills, boys.
0 vills.
0 vills. Whereas...
Oh, there it is. 0 vills, and then the crossbows.
The crossbows are in Lucky Rock's base.
Lucky Rock's base. So now Miguel's got to find them and kill them. And
I mean, at least those crossbows will be perfectly micro now, right? Like you have nothing else to do, so.
He's shooting these +4 cavaliers.
Yeah.
Whittling them away. These paladins, 1 HP at a time.
GG is called, and Brazil takes another 3-2 victory.
My goodness.
Well played to Brazil.
Yeah, well played to Brazil indeed, and that gives you 3-2 versus Germany reverse sweep. El Clasico now against Argentina 3-2. They're going to have a lot of confidence going into the China series.
Yep. And seeing that China is also... I mean, they've been playing well, but not as well as I had expected initially. I think Brazil can certainly win against China. But I just think that both Canada and Finland are kind of one tier above the rest. But we'll see. We will see. One thing I want to mention here is I think Fire, although he was behind Nikov significantly, I think he had really good decision making. Staying 1 TC, mass producing, doing the workshop, and just, although he was behind in eco, using extra military, especially the siege, to overcome this eco deficit, to just make it hard for Nikov to be in the carry spot with the fast imp, or not fast imp, but like 3TC Arbalest, because they had to react to whatever Fire was doing. Because if Fire also added TCs, he would be in the classic boom into GG situation, because you're just booming, like you're behind, and booming when you're behind is usually not a good idea, because your opponent will hit the timing, and the timing will just completely crush you, and then you spend all this rest on eco that you can't actually use to get out military, because you're losing it before. So really well done by Fire. Also Goku playing well. actually, like all of Brazil doing a really good job in this game. And as I predicted going into the set, I think that Dogao Miguel as a duo are just too strong for like any of the sides of Argentina to handle. Same with us, sadly.
Yeah. Something I'll say about, I don't know if it's Dogao with the Ethiopians or just Dogao's Archmeister in general, but man, he cleans up in Feudal Age. It is crazy. Every shot is a kill. He's
Yeah,
so good with it. It happened to Say My Name a couple rounds ago when they played
yeah,
Vietnam, and then
yeah.
FedEx today. You just watched the fight where the game was kind of decided, and every shot is just right on. Like every time Archer goes down or Scout goes down, he never misclicks. It's just always perfect timing. He dodges, then he's like taking like so many kills.